home, especially on homecoming. A lot of big festivities. As we heard early on in the broadcast and earlier today during the homecoming broadcast, Sydney Weaver has been crowned the homecoming queen here at Vilonia. The entire maids, their escorts, and the whole shebang actually took the field here just a few seconds ago. We'll actually see a helicopter bring in our game ball later on. So a lot of big festivities. The baseball boys receiving their state championship rings. A lot of stuff going on, a lot of buzz in Vilonia this week. And, Alan, it's been absolutely awesome. Been a fun week.
Yes, it has been. It's been a lot of excitement getting all the alumni back in town and just all the festivities with homecoming that all that involves. And, new excitement, new week, new chances to get that goose egg off the board.
Oh, yeah. Nothing better than coming in against Harrison at homecoming, maybe pick up your first win of the season. Now, we will not have a senior spotlight in our pregame show. We could find the senior spotlight during our halftime, but we had a lot of technical difficulties getting on here late for our pregame show. Nonetheless, we hope to get the entire ball game to you with no difficulty at all. I'll be down sideline reporting, as I said. Drake Toll, Alan Wade here with our broadcast, and Alan, Harrison, they like to throw the football. They didn't last year against us, but this year we expect them to throw the football.
And they will. Their leading passer, Noah Dempsonson, is second in the conference in total yardage through the air with 771 yards. But he's not real accurate down the field, only 52%. So that tells you that they're going to go a lot down the field.
Right.
And they're going to do it from a spread formation, something that we've seen for the past 3 weeks at this point.
Right.
So, but they will tend to run it a little more than what Alma or what Maumelle did.
They use the pass to set up the run quite a bit. They do, and they're very good at doing that, very well coached. Harrison, they called it a multiple offense to the coaches this week, and they run the multiple because they've been doing what they know how to do for so long. They can run the ball. They can throw the ball. They're very storied in their football program. Brandon Burlsworth graduated from Harrison. They've had a lot of guys that have played, and they've got 3 guys on roster at UCA, usually a pretty big team, and they're good this season, no doubt.
They are, and things to be looking for tonight. Their favorite formations is going to be what I call a 3-by-1 type, meaning they're going to have 3 split out to one side with a tight end on the other side. And things that you need to be looking for to key you in on what's fixing to happen. If number 23, Gabe Husky, is in the backfield and lined up even with the quarterback in that shotgun, 98% of the time you're going to get to see that read option play where they're either going to be basically a 21-buck sweep to that trip side, or that quarterback's going to take it back up the middle. Now, if Gabe Husky is lined up behind him, we're going to get the option play to trip side. The other thing you need to be looking for tonight is if number 30, Mason Martin, is lined up in the backfield. Again, 98% of the time when he's lined up in the backfield, there's going to be a pass play.
Yeah.
So, and then anything 3-by-1 where it's 3-by-1 wide with that, instead of seeing a tight end and you see a split receiver, then we're going to see a pass play out of that.
Right.
Just like their 2-by-1 tight I formation. So they'll have twins to one side with a tight end lined up in that I formation. We're going to get a run to the tight end side 95% of the time, and only if they come out in a 2-by-1 wide.
Right.
So twins on one side, one split out wide to the other side in that I formation is when you'll start seeing the passes out of them. So they're pretty predictable if you'll go back and watch their game film in regards to what they're actually going to do.
Now, for Vilonia offensively this week, a couple changes. Coach Kevin Sullivan, the offensive coordinator, will be calling plays this week. We look for the Eagles to pass the ball a little bit more. He's a big fan of the screen pass. He was actually the offensive coordinator when Coach Stout was the head coach. Had a lot of success throwing the ball, a lot of success scoring. Actually, we've got some really cool stuff here going on. There will be a helicopter flown into the field. I know you guys cannot see us doing the pregame show, but we've got a few camera adjustments to make to be able to see the helicopter come down to the field and the team run out. But let's go around the 5A West here real quick in our pregame show. The biggest game in the West, in my opinion, yours may differ, but Alma and Morrilton. That's a testament to, okay, Morrilton fell last week to Greenbrier, but can they come back and beat an Alma team that is stout?
Right. And I don't know. Greenbrier's rolling right now. So, and it's going to, you guys may be hard to hear us right now because this helicopter's coming in. But Greenbrier is doing it exactly what they need to do, and they're squeaking out wins.
Oh, yeah. They did a lot against Morrilton. Really successful game for them. This week, Greenbrier takes on Farmington. That'll be interesting there to see if Greenbrier can keep up their hot streak. Farmington not too great this season, but we look for them to try to try to capitalize against Greenbrier. You also look at other games, Vilonia and Harrison, of course, taking on each other. And the last one, Maumelle and Clarksville. Looked at Maumelle to roll to 3-0 after winning that ball game in conference.
Yeah, and you know, they pretty much done what they wanted to with us last week, so I look for them to continue their winning ways.
Oh, yeah.
They're athletic enough that they can do things and be just fine.
Oh, yeah. As we said, we got a helicopter flying in on the field here at Philip D. Weaver to give us our game ball. We have a pretty big night. As we said, it is homecoming. We'll go ahead and run through who representatives for your homecoming representatives are, and Hannah Fisher. Our junior maids are Haley, Sydney Weaver, and was homecoming queen, and we see down on the
and Dr. Stevens out there, the
superintendent,
pilot,
athletic director.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live once again from Philip D. Weaver Stadium as you see the team run onto the field. And we want to apologize to any of you at home who have experienced the difficulties with us. We're not exactly sure why, but we cannot sustain an internet connection no matter what
well, we know why.
We decide to use up here in the press box tonight.
We know why.
Well, we can't get a sustained connection right now, so apologize for any of the issues at home. Sorry about the pregame show. Hopefully we are live, and we will remain live for the duration of the game here as we're good. And can you hear me? So let's see here. Let me get my cameraman in where he can hear us in his ear.
And number 99, Corey Clemens.
Yeah, he should be able to hear us.
Plug the black one in instead of the gray one. Can you hear us now? Oh, okay. All right. Now he's got us. Michael Wilson helping us out camera-wise tonight. Eagles, did we win the toss, Alan? I was working on the computer.
I didn't see it either.
We won the toss and elected to receive. So you see Harrison's going to kick off to the Eagles here to open the game. It's number 7 kicking off for the Goblins. That is Riley Jones. And kick's going to be short. It's fielded by Duff from about the 18-yard line. That's Milligan, actually, at the 18. Breaking through tackles, gets across the 25 and out to the 30. And, Allen, that's where he's going to be brought down for a Vilonia Eagle first down to open the initial possession of the game.
Nice way to get us going here. We just, again, as we mentioned in pregame, I don't know if everybody heard, Coach Kevin Sullivan be calling the plays tonight. So it'll be interesting to see what he can pull out of his bag of tricks.
Not what I thought you was going to say, but I like the way you talk. So you may have missed Drake Toll on the pregame show. We've got Drake ready to go with sideline reports every time we have a stoppage of play. So we'll be ready to go down to him when we need to. Drake's got some neat things planned for homecoming here tonight. And Alan, right out of the gate, you see the influence of Coach Sullivan there as we go spread out of the gate. Koontz goes in motion.
And I'm going to tell you what, Harrison probably did not plan on this.
Pitch to Mitchell. Mitchell's around left end. He's going to be up for a good gain up across the 35 to the 37. It's going to be a 2nd and 3 there for the Eagles. And, Alan, you're exactly right. There's no way they were prepared for that.
No. And that formation right there, that allows us to gain control of that edge. So just that simple pitch, same play that we've been running, just a different formation allows us to gain control of that edge.
That's right. So here we go back to the veer that we usually set up in. Give's going to be to Rocha. That wasn't Rocha. Who was that? I forgot. Didn't get the backs. That was Duff. Give was to Duff. He's ahead for 2. It's going to be 3rd and 1 at the 39-yard line of the Eagles. And, Alan, if we can show them different formations and spread the defense out, the veer may be a whole lot more effective.
It will be.
That's what we've mentioned on the broadcast multiple times. Just show them some different things.
We can run our same plays out of different formations, different looks, and still be effective.
Overall makes the offense more effective as a whole.
Right.
So Britton's going to fake. He's being flushed out of the pocket by number 21. Sprinting to his right. He's going to have the first down. He's going to be pushed out of bounds up at the 41-yard line by number 7, Riley Jones. So Britton, I think he was going to drop to pass, but he felt the pressure coming from his backside. and wisely pulls the ball, sprints out, gets the first down, gets out of bounds without taking any contact.
That was a good decision by Britt. You know what? After some research this weekend, he is second in the conference in completion percentages.
I would not have guessed that.
He's at 63%, and that right there shows you why he won't throw into coverage.
Britton fakes runs the midline, pulls it, and pitches to Rocha. Rocha's going to be around left end up to the 50-yard line. They're going to actually mark him down at the 49, so it's going to bring up 2nd and 2 for the Vilonia Eagles from their own 49. And again, Alan, so far the Harrison Goblins really not figuring out where we're going, even though all but one of our plays have been ran from the veer set.
It's a different look. It's a different look, a different tempo. It's different.
So Eagles are going to go with trips to the top of your screen, a single receiver to the bottom. Britton brings Morris in motion. Fakes to Rocha. Britton decides to keep up the middle off right tackle. He's going to have about 4 yards, which is plenty for a first down. He's going to be out to the Goblin 47-yard line. Eagles going to have a 1st and 10 there.
And that's the same option play we ran last week out of a 3-by-1 set single back. Same stinking play.
The difference is they have to respect that we might pull it and run around the edge now.
Exactly.
Rather than continuing to try to just pound the middle.
Or throw the ball to the edge.
Absolutely. So Eagles go back to the spread here, 4 wide. Rocha the lone back in the backfield. Britton brings Morris in motion. Britton has it. He's going to give to Rocha straight up the middle. Big hole.
Ball on the ground. Ball was on the ground. I think Rocha got it back.
Rocha does have the ball. He's going to have 6 on that, so it's going to be a 2nd and 4. And Alan, that's our standard dive play. Just ran from a different formation with a different look, and you get 6 out.
And you hear the excitement of just the different looks out of our voices, and it's not the where we're running and how we're trying to run it. It's the sets that we've been trying to run out.
The Eagles go with 2 tight ends this time. Lone back. Britton's going to drop, throw the slant to Wirtz, and Wirtz was going to be open and have first down yardage pass just a little behind him. So another different formation. I haven't seen us go with 2 tight ends all year.
No.
3rd down and 4.
And typically, when we go to our veer-looking set, what we can expect out of Harrison is 8, 9, even 10 people in the box. Right. I've watched playing game film to show that they're going to load that box up and make you pound it through them. So just by spreading them out, going that 2-by-2 look, makes it easier for our defense.
Standard veer set. Britton fakes to Rocha and pulls it. He's going to try to take himself off right tackle. He's going to pick up about a yard and a half. It's going to be 4th down. It's going to be 4th and 3 at the Goblin 40-yard line. Allen, I know we don't have a kicker that can kick this far.
Right.
We may be looking at 4-down territory already inside the 40.
I think we are. I mean, what do we got to lose at this point? Let's go get it.
Correct. And, the other thing that I see so far out of the Kevin Sullivan offensive calls is the pace that we go at.
Right, the tempo.
We don't run a player to the sideline every single time to run the play back in. All hand signals, everyone stays. I'm fine with the huddle, but I like the pace of the game being quicker.
We got a whistle here for something. I didn't see a flag, but he's pointing.
Looks like we lined up offsides.
Now that might change our mind about going for it on 4th and 7 versus 4th and 2.
Actually, a false start on the Eagles. So back them up 5 yards. It's going to put the ball just inside the 45-yard line of the Goblins. And, Alan, you're exactly right. Backing up that 5 yards is going to make the Eagles think twice.
Right.
They're going to run the punt unit out. But, hey, good start by the offense.
It was.
You hate for it to end in a penalty and a punt, but a lot of things to look forward to throughout the game.
That's right. They've got Gabe Husky lined up back deep. That's their big-time running back. So
Britton's actually going to punt it away. It's a good punt. Ball bounces inside the 10, and it takes a sideways bounce. The Eagles are going to down it there just inside the 10-yard line. So Harrison going to have not great field position to start their first offensive drive.
No, but you know what? Through my film study this week, they are deadly, but they have some key signs that we can be watching for that's going to let us know as to what they're going to do.
So, so Alan, you were telling me earlier when we were talking on the phone that you can almost call their plays based on the personnel. That
Yeah,
they
this
bring
3x1 set that you see right now, this 3x1 tight with a tight end and Husky in the backfield 23 is going to be a read option. Right there it is.
Quarterback does pull, takes it off right tackle. He's going to be ahead for a gain of almost 10. I think he's going to be just shy of the first down at the 20-yard line. No, the official signal's first down, so it was a little further than I thought. So, Alan, exactly like you said, read option play by looking at the formation. And the quarterback pulls and takes it himself.
Goblins on the handoff. That's 23 on the carry.
And I was looking down, getting a huddle set. I didn't see the start of that play.
I didn't either. Drake was signaling me, making sure the broadcast was running smoothly, so I apologize. I know it was the tailback on the run, number 23 there, Gabe Husky. It's another first down for the Goblins. So here's the three wide receivers with a tight end, and Allen, this should be a read option.
Yep.
And indeed, the quarterback pulls again, takes it off right tackle. And he's just got all kinds of running room. We're not touching him until he's 17 yards down the field. It's the first time we touched him.
Yeah, and hey, if we can't stop that play right there, that's our bread and butter. They're not going away from that until we stop that.
So that's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Goblins down at the Eagle 47-yard line after the big run by the quarterback. He's going to give to Husky this time. Husky hurdles one of his own men, goes over right tackle there. He's going to have a gain of 4. Should bring up about second and about 6 for the Goblins down at the Eagles' 44-yard line.
So out of this set, the only thing that you can key in on that back, and when he lines up, even with the quarterback there, it's a running play.
So the quarterback pulls late there, and he lowers his head, and a tough collision with Kuntz there. Did Kuntz get up? Is he okay? Because
yeah, he got up.
That was helmet to helmet. Now, I mean, Kuntz lowered his head and absorbed the contact there, but the quarterback did as well. So that was the same read option play. Quarterback just held on to it a little bit longer before he decided to pull. It takes it straight up the middle this time.
And you know
for
what?
a
Their
Goblin
running backs
touchdown.
are going to continue to do that to us tonight until we get our head across somebody and wrap somebody up to take them to the ground. That's just going to be a theme until we make that happen.
That's Holtby on for the point after.
35 on to kick. That's Hunter Holtby. Ball is up, and it is good. So Harrison's going to lead it 7-0 here with 7 minutes and 24 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And we're going to take it down to Drake Toll for a Vilonia Eagles sideline report.
Cypress Valley Meat Company, the UPS.
Hey guys, injury update on Tyson Wirtz down here. Actually had a dislocated finger. They were able to relocate that finger, the managing staff, Wilson McKnight, as well as Mr. Bates, able to relocate that finger. Hope to see Tyson back out on the field at 100%. Hurt him a little bit, but he should be okay for the rest of the ball game.
Okay, Drake, I appreciate the update. We didn't even pick up that Tyson had gotten hurt on the play. It the ball must have got off the end of his finger and dislocated a little bit there. Glad they were able to get that back in place as we see Harrison line up for the kickoff. Kicking's going to be number 7, Riley Jones, and I'm working on getting a scoreboard up on the screen for all you guys at home here. So it's going to kind of be hit and miss till I can call the game and get the scoreboard up at the same time.
You can also watch for number 35, Jace, to be kicking too.
He does, and he kicks the ball out of bounds. It's going to be illegal procedure on the Goblins. Should bring the ball out to the 35 for the Eagles.
See what they're going to do here. As we get to hear this nice new PA system for the
Legal procedure by the kicking team. The ball will be placed at the 37-yard line.
So there we go. It's going to be 1st 10 for your Eagles there at the 37-yard line. And we see this 2-by-2 set with a single back, and that is Mr. Smith in the backfield. We've not seen that tonight. And we're seeing that 4-3 defense out of Harrison with a looks like a cover 1.
All right, I got the scoreboard up. Draven Smith is going to take the ball around left end. He cuts it through, makes a tackler miss. He's going to be very close to first down. Indeed, he's going to have it.
You know, Mr. Smith, every time he touches the ball, he makes things happen. He's a very exciting runner to watch run.
So takes that ball for 12 yards. He's going to be up to the 48, where it's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Eagles. And Allen, again, a little different personnel, a little different play call. Not a whole lot different than what we've been doing, just making the defense think about it more.
Right.
So back to the veer set. Wirtz back in the game there at the top of your screen at receiver. Kuntz here at the bottom side. Gibbs going to be to Rocha off right guard, and he's got a bunch of running room. Actually runs over 2 tacklers, drags them ahead for additional yardage. He's going to have 11 and a first down there.
That's our man, the beast. Rocha's back, and I enjoy watching him run as well.
How could you not enjoy watching him run? He runs with power and authority, and just, you know, I'm gonna run you over, and I'm gonna make you like it.
Exactly.
So here we go, back to the veer. Duff and Rocha the backs in the backfield. Kuntz in motion.
Hope he's okay after that big hit.
Britton has the ball. He's going to option to Duff. Duff stiff arms the first tackler, breaks that one, but the second, number 7, is up to Riley Jones, up to get a hit on him. Knocks him down. He's going to pick up a couple out to the 40-yard line of the Goblins.
All right.
He's going to bring up 2nd and 8 for the Eagles.
21 there on the stop.
And see, we're still staying true to what we do and what we've been working on all year long right here. I know that wasn't a big game, but it's still effective. We still got to be true to ourselves.
Well, it gives the Goblins another facet to think about.
Exactly.
Britton's going to pull this time after the fake to Rocha. He's going to be ahead for about a yard, maybe just a slight bit more than that. It's going to bring up 3rd and long for the Eagles, and this is where it's going to tell the tale.
Yeah.
With you know, Coach Sullivan calling the plays, this is where we could see the difference, is on these 3rd and longs where you're not staying on schedule.
Right. And until we hit something outside with a pass, expect to see, well, we see right now 8 in the box for Harrison.
But the Eagles are going to go 4 wide.
And see what automatically happened. Now we got 6 in the box.
That's
now
right.
We got numbers.
Britton fakes. He's going to throw to Wirtz. Wirtz drops the pass. The pass was thrown just a little bit low, but Britton was flushed out of the pocket there by the interior of the defensive line from the Goblins. And, Alan, it doesn't matter who calls the plays or what they call. Line's going to have to give Britton time to throw the football.
Yeah, and we got to execute. You know, coaches do what they do. They can put players in situations to be successful, but it's up to that player to execute at the end of the day.
And both ends of that particular play right there. I mean, the throw could have been a little bit better, but I think still a catchable ball. It wasn't going to get the first down, but it would have given us a little bit more room to make some different decisions here.
Right. Instead of fourth and 7, it would have had a 4th and 4, 4th and 3.
Morris in motion. Britton flushed out of the pocket. He's going to throw the ball away. It's going to be a turnover on downs. I don't know exactly who was supposed to be there. Wirtz had run a little curl route there and was sitting there waiting on the football. And Britton threw it upfield, so maybe a little bit of miscommunication.
Yeah.
But either way, it's going to be turnover on downs. Harrison football at their own 39-yard line where they have a 1st and 10.
So, like I said, when we see Husky in the backfield lined up with a shotgun with the quarterback, we're going to see a run play. Now you see Mason Martin, number 30, lined up. I guarantee you this 3-by-1 wide is going to be a pass play right here.
Here we go. Indeed. They're going to throw it deep.
Yeah,
and the receiver had our defensive back beat, but he's unable to bring in the throw. And you talk about execution right there. I bet the Harrison sideline wishes they could try that one again.
Yeah, because he got on top of her. And that's Dittmanson's main target right there is Daniel McCormick, number 13 for Harrison. He is their receiving leader, so he is their go-to guy when it comes to passing. And so Mitchell's going to have to do his job tonight and stay on top. So now we see Husky in the backfield in this 3-by-1 tight. Him even, we're going to get that read option play again.
Dittmanson has it, gives to Husky. Husky has running room around the right end. Now the play's being stretched out.
Good pursuit.
Milligan actually there, both up to make the tackle. So a good job actually by Kuntz to take on his blocker and run down the line with him and force the play to go wide enough, give Milligan long enough time to get over there and make the tackle.
That's right. Man, I got so excited talking about football here. I forgot to even tag any of the last two plays.
I like the excitement. Make sure you get the stats right for the coaches.
They'll be mad at me.
So you see Dittmanson and Husky again in the backfield.
So this is going to be a pass play right here.
Dittmanson looking down the field. He's going to throw it up to McCormick, and McCormick's going to catch it this time as he had Mitchell beat by 3 yards.
Yeah.
McCormick's going to have a first down out to the 14-yard line of the Eagles, and I don't know where the help was over the top. Mitchell's thinking he should have had some help over the top, but I didn't see what was going on in the secondary there.
Yeah, I didn't either. So we know it's coming. So here's this power I set. So this is going to be a pass play as well because they're not in their 2-by-1 tight.
Dittmanson has it. Gives to Husky this time. Husky cuts out over the right end. He's going to be forward for a gain of about 3 down to the Eagle 11-yard line. And I couldn't see the tackler there.
Was it Kellett?
Do we have a spotter?
Yeah. Uncle Rick's over there. I can't hear him.
I think the speakers are too loud. We can't hear him.
Yeah.
Pick up 3. It'll be second down and 7.
I got him down to the 11.
Arendelle checks in at tackle. Clemens, along with Arendelle, will be your tackle. 20 throw right off right tackle.
So Husky takes it off right tackle, breaks another tackle, and he's going to have another touchdown. Allen, I thought he was down there for a 1-yard gain, and all of a sudden he just refuses to give up, and next thing you know, he's in the end zone. Another touchdown for the Goblins.
Just like I said on that first series, until we decide to get our head across the body, put our arms around them, and take somebody to the ground, that's what we're going to get all night long out of these Harrison Goblins. They are hard runners, and we're not just going to hit them and them go to the ground.
So brings the score to 13-0. Goblins lead the Eagles with the point after coming. Kick is up, and it's good. So make it a score of 14-0. And let me see if I can find. Yeah, we are going to go down to Drake in the. He's down here in the student section for another Vilonia Eagle sideline report.
Hey guys, down here in the student section tonight, it is Jersey night, a packed house here for homecoming. Everybody's really excited. Guys, make some noise! These guys are pretty loud, rowdy, and excited. It's been a fun night. It's a good atmosphere here at Vilonia, a really good atmosphere here at Vilonia, but one of the better nights in recent memory as far as crowd size, and we love having all these guys coming out to the ball game. A big crowd in the student section, a lot of spirit, a lot of hop around this ball game. Back to you guys in the booth.
All right, Drake, appreciate that.
Did you see Skittles down there flexing for us?
Was he flexing?
Skittles was in the background showing us them beanie weenies he's got.
He thought he was showing off the big guns, but he brought the BB gun, huh?
Yeah.
So let's see. We're actually going to have. It looks like Wirtz is back there deep to receive.
Wirtz and Mitchell.
So Wirtz back there, ready to receive a kick. Kick's going to go out of bounds again, and Harrison seems content to just give us the ball at the 35.
You know, I don't know why they do that, but through my film study, they was doing that, and I when I was watching them play Little Rock Christian, you know, I kind of thought that, you know, they're doing that because they're scared of their returners, but I continuously seen them to do that through film after film, and that's one of them things that, just like we seen that team line up for a 95-yard field goal the other night that I showed you, why are they doing what they do, and we can't answer that.
So the Eagles have the 1st and 10 at the 35. Maybe Harrison's kick coverage just isn't very good.
Yeah.
Who knows? So that's Rocha with the ball running off left guard. He's going to have a good gain, still picking up yardage. He's going to have a first down.
My man. I love watching him run.
Just bumbling, stumbling, and rumbling down there all the way to the 45 where he's going to have a first down. So great run there by Rocha. Single back, tight end, you know, 2 receivers to the bottom side and 1 to the top. Not a whole lot different than what we line up and run repeatedly, but just enough to open up a hole in the middle.
That's right.
Make the defense respect that you might go somewhere else.
Hey, this drive, we've got to stay in front of the chains. We can't have a penalty. We can't have a play that goes for a loss.
Britton has the ball, fakes to Rocha, pulls it himself, looking for him around the right end. He has it across the 50.
We got a late flag back
here. He's
here.
going to be down to the 46-yard line. There is a flag. I'm afraid they're going to get us for a hold. Britton did a great job to pull that ball and then accelerate, outrun the outside linebacker in the defensive end as they were trying to retreat back upfield.
So they're going to say at the 46. So if that's a hold, that's 10 yards from that 46. That's going to put us back at the 36.
Yeah, indeed a hold. And, yeah, I mean, Alan, you just talked about we need to stay in front of the chain, stay on schedule here on this particular drive, and that's not how you that's not how you do it right there. Keep your hands clean. I mean, I don't know where the hold was. I didn't see it myself.
I didn't either.
But, you know.
Yellow hanky was thrown, therefore it happened.
It was.
So another interesting formation, a 3-by-1 right here, 3-by-1 wide with a single back.
Rocha, the lone back in the backfield. Britton has it. He's going to throw quick out to number 21 for the Eagles, and I know I should know his name.
That's
Dylan
Mr. Farmer.
He gets in there a lot. I just don't call it a lot because we don't seem to throw the ball out there like I feel like we should sometimes. So Fulmer with the reception. He gains 4. He's up to the 40-yard line of the Eagles. Second down and 14 there. Looks like a lot of the same personnel are going to be in for this, so we might expect a very similar formation.
Yep. Let's look and see what Harrison's going to do to us in this 3-by-1 set as far as
actually looks like we're going to go a 2-by-2 here. Rocha's going to be the lone back. Britton has it. Looks. He's going to throw deep to Wirtz. And Wirtz goes up.
And we get the flag on that because he definitely was going up. Quarterback was not looking for the ball and had to hand it all in the face.
That's right. You know, the defensive back there never really turned and looked, just kind of held on to Tyson and didn't give him an opportunity to make the catch. And you see a whole new defensive line check in for the Goblins.
And you know what? Just going down the field, stretching that right there gave us – we're fixing to have first down. Just because of that pass play. I know it wasn't completed, but we done what we needed to do in moving the chains and getting a fresh set of downs.
That's right. Eagles have it 1st and 10 at the Goblin 45. Now, we've been into Goblin territory all 3 drives now.
That's right.
But we stall out somewhere right around this point of the field. Let's see if we can dial something up here to go ahead and take it on down, maybe punch it in, put some points on the board.
So here's this 3-by-1 set, and they're not really respecting us deep.
Morris in motion. Britton has it. Fakes to Rocha. He's going to take it himself. And Morris was there for the pitch. I don't know if he would have gained any extra yardage, but at the time that Britton made the read, you know, he did accelerate and try to go get some more, just, you know, unable to get more than 2 there.
And I like that call. Don't pitch it 4 yards deep when I can go get 2 yards.
Sure.
Good decision in my mind.
There was a cornerback out there wide that would have been able to come up and try to make the play on Morris. So
what we're seeing from Harrison defense is basically a 4-5 flat. They didn't even have a safety over the top that time. So that tells me they do not respect us 10 yards or deeper. We've got to stretch. See, again, we got the safety over top this time. But we've got to give him some time. And you know, it's a different blocking scheme, and we've got a penalty there. It's a different blocking scheme going from a pass blocking scheme to a run blocking scheme or vice versa. I said that backwards, but you know what I'm trying to say here. And we've obviously got to get some kinks worked out in that. So waiting to hear from the official to see what the call is. I expect that it's unsportsmanlike. Well,
yeah, not real fond of that call. He was hit while he was throwing the football, and I mean I know why he was getting rid of the ball, but still, how can you say if the ball would have gotten to an intended receiver or not when he's hitting the arm as he's throwing? So nobody really likes that call by the officials. But hey, they're there to make the calls. So okay, Eagles are going to have a. Wow, that's a long ways. 10 third and 25 is what it's going to be. Eagles are going to go with twin receivers to the top and the bottom of your screen. Roach is going to remain the lone back in the backfield.
Now we're moving the ball again.
So it was just a 10-yard penalty. They marked off 15.
It's a spot foul is what it is. And I seen him adjusting the flag earlier.
Okay. So with the loss of downs, it's 3rd and 20 now. As I said, twin receivers to the top and the bottom of the screen. Rocha in the backfield. Britton has it. Drops the pass. He's going to throw it, and Wirtz there was a defender holding onto his shoulder pad there. He couldn't even get to where he wanted to be to make an attempt to make a catch.
But again, he's behind that line of scrimmage. Therefore, he's in the backfield. He can be hit.
He couldn't get there because the guy had a hold of him.
Well, I understand, but I'm going to tell you what the official's going to say he saw.
So the Eagles line up in a punt formation. You have Morris and Britton both back deep to kick.
And we got their leading receiver and leading rusher back deep.
Britton has it. Sprinting to his right. He's going to go with a soccer-style kick. Kicks it down to Husky, who has it at the 15. Backpedals to the 10. Eludes the first tackler. There he picks up a block. He's got a lot of running room, Allen.
Yeah.
He's not out of bounds until he gets up to the 30. Where are they going to mark him? 37-yard line.
Yeah.
Fielded it at the 15. Went backwards. Returned it to the 37. We do have a flag down on the play, so we'll await the signal to see what the call is.
Maybe we got a hold there. So that was where our first down marker was at.
After the kick, we have a block in the back by the receiver.
Block in the back on
At
the
the
return
22.
team.
So, against Harrison, Morrilton went down, or Morrilton in the Harrison game. Morrilton was up 21-0 at halftime. Harrison come back and won that ball game. So I know we're not in that situation, but
nowhere close to that. But Harrison's ultimately going to have it 1st and 10 at their own 11. And we saw him operate with no trouble from this deep previously. I formation by the Goblins. Dittmanson gives to Husky. Husky's got all kinds of running room around the left end. And is that Milligan? No, that's actually Mitchell comes all the way across. Submarines Husky, but not before he can run for 14 and a first down, or 15 actually.
And that was Husky that ran that?
Yes, Husky ran that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
23. So here we go, 2 receivers to the top of the screen. Twin backs in the backfield with Dittmanson. Dittmanson has the ball. Fakes to Husky. He's going to roll to his right, looking to pass. Pass is going to be just out of the reach of the intended receiver, Cameron Jones, for the Goblins. Had another receiver over the top there who was also open.
That McCormick?
It looked like it was number 3. McQuistion is the other one, I believe.
Oh, okay.
I think he just checked out of the. Well, now I look across and 3's in plain clothes. Maybe it was number 5. McQuistion is who it was.
Have you got a different roster than I've got right here? Oh, that's Vilonia.
That's the Vilonia roster. You're not going to find any Goblin players. Pitch to Huskies around the right end. Plenty of running room again. He's going to break a tackle at the 38, get across the 40 to the 45, where he's going to be brought down finally by the Eagles. And Allen, at this point, we have absolutely no answer for Mr. Husky.
No, we don't, because he, as hard of a runner as Rocha, he's just as hard of a runner. He's the same style runner, and we see what Rocha does to everybody. So,
1st and 10 at the Goblin 45. Clock rolls just under a minute to play in the first quarter. It's going to be a counter play, and again, just determination not to go down. We had 3 tacklers a hold of the bag. That's number 30.
Martin Mason.
Mason Martin. You got him backwards there.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, Mason Martin. And yeah, he ran hard. We had him for no gain, and he's able to power ahead and get 2.
Yeah.
Goblins with it, 2nd down and 8. Ball started at the 47.
Goblins with the I formation this time. Give is to Husky, and we're actually going to get him for a loss
there
this time.
There we go. Who's coming up off the bottom of that pile? Let's give that man some recognition. That's Clay Kellett.
Clay Kellett. There's another tackler there. Let me get his name before I call it out. Levi Arundel. So Arundel and Kellett coming up big with the stop on Husky. Brings up 3rd and 9 for the Goblins. So first time they've had a 3rd and long.
Right. No, this is the second one.
Don't remind me. Don't remind me.
They went about 40 yards downfield last time.
And that's going to be the end of the first quarter, and I'm looking. Okay, so Drake Tolles down on the sideline with the homecoming court. We're going to take it down to Drake for a Vilonia Eagles sideline report.
Hey guys, we're live with our homecoming court. These maids were all honored to be a part of our homecoming court. They're very excited to be here tonight. We have Miss Hannah Fisher here on the end, Isis Yannick, Emily Lassiter, our queen, Miss Sydney Weaver, Kenna Beatty, Haley Chandler, and Miss Emma Eastham. They are all our homecoming maids. It's an awesome night to have homecoming. These guys were really excited to be honored. And coming back to it, these guys are really excited. They're honored. Once again, we'll go right back through them. We have Miss Hannah Fisher, Miss Isis Yannick, Emily Lassiter, our queen, Sydney Weaver, Miss Kenna Beatty, Haley Chandler, and Emma Eastham. Introducing them twice because they deserve it. These girls have done a great job in preparation for our homecoming festivities. Back to you guys. Go Eagles.
Thank you, Drake, for announcing the homecoming court not once but twice, just in case you guys didn't get it the first time. We're not sure why he stopped in the middle, but
yeah, I don't know
either way, he rebooted there for a moment. But, hey, we appreciate that. And
just had to reset the system.
That's right. Glad to get all of those ladies on the broadcast there. They are all honored to be a part of the 2017 homecoming court. So Goblins come to the line, 3-by-1 wide set, Husky in the backfield. Dittmanson has it, looks to pass. He's going to throw to Husky and Kellett. Oh, my goodness. Kellett jumps up, tips the ball to himself, and almost comes up with the interception. Wow.
Great play, Mr. Kellett. Great play.
Clay Kellett, my goodness.
And you know what? He saved a first down because nobody else is back there. The other cornerback got ran off with the receiver. Clay Kellett stopped a first down right there.
What's his name?
Clay Kellett.
Okay.
What did I say?
I don't think that's how it came out, but that's okay. I think you got it. You're still
excited
about the play. That was
wow, that's what you did to me, Mr. Kellett.
Number 12, that's Daniel, I'm sorry.
Dittmanson.
That's Dittmanson back to punt. Gets it off. Milligan has it and muffs it. He's going to come up with the ball, but he was wanting to try to get him some additional yardage there. It'll be 1st and 10, Eagles at their own 19-yard line.
And here we go. Let's do something after we pass midfield.
So we've seen the offense, make some yards, unable to get past the Goblin 40, I think is about as deep as we've been in their territory at this point.
Yeah.
Defense comes up with a good stand here on the last possession.
And we needed that mentally.
Absolutely we did. So let's see what Coach Sullivan has dialed up here for the Eagle offense here with the first possession in the second quarter.
That's Wiz waiting on the white cap to blow the whistle. And that's Roca back off that right side of your Eagle line with a big 15-yard pickup.
Big run there on first down. And I was trying to adjust the scoreboard. I'm trying to keep it where you guys can see it and read it and know what's going on. And I can't when I get over here on the computer, I can't see the action on the field. So either way, Eagles have a first down out at their own 35.
And it's back to that veer set again. And again, we've always said that it's not the formation. We've just got to show somebody something different.
That's right. Britton keeps this time. He's up to the 40.
And you see the Harrison Goblins trying to strip that ball
all the way down till the whistle's already been blown. Still trying to go get it, but unable to do so.
Dandy run by the quarterback. Eagle offense looking at 2nd and 3.
And they hit a 7-yard pickup.
It didn't look like a whole lot, but it gained a lot of yards. So great job, Jordan.
And then that time he gave that little fake toss out to the pitch man that gave him just the daylight he needed to get that 7 yards.
And, honestly, Alan, that's a wrinkle that I don't think I've seen. We usually either pitch it or keep it.
Yeah, it's one of the two.
I like it. But he probably had time to make the fake pitch there. Britton has it. It's going to fake to Roche. Pulls it. Keeps it himself. Runs into his own man. Able to squirt free from that. He's going to be very close to the first down before he's driven back by a whole host of Goblins. What would be is there a technical term for a large group of Goblins?
I can't say it on air.
There's your trivia question for the night. You failed, my friend.
So I guess there is.
First down for the Eagles out across the 45-yard line.
So to give you a little sample of tonight's trivia here after this play.
Okay. Veer set. Britton has it. Fakes to Rocha. He's going to give it to Duff on the trap play. Duff powers ahead for a couple of yards out to the 47. Eagles are going to have 2nd and 8. So lay it on me, brother.
So tonight just to give you a little sample so you can get your mind wrapped around it.
Okay.
According to the AAA Arkansas State High School record book, Vilonia owns 2 records in there. We're not the top, but we're mentioned in there. So that's what tonight's trivia question is going to be around.
So what you're saying is we're listed in the list of schools that hold particular records.
Right.
Okay. All right. I'll be thinking on that. Veer set. Britton has. Fakes to Rocha. He's going to roll to his left. Looking downfield. He has Wirtz. Wirtz makes the catch. They're going to say he's out of bounds. Alan, that's one where I want instant replay because I know the back toe was dragging.
Yes, and we only got to have one in high school now. I like that play. I like that play call because we're stretching that field. That's 15 yards downfield.
Mike, the cameraman, says, "Hey, I'm new. Don't be trying to get me to do way too much here on the first night."
Did the viewers not get to see that awesome play?
No, they saw the play. I was asking for the replay. He's saying I ain't got that capability just
Come
yet.
on, Mike. What's up?
Mike Wilson up to help us out in the booth tonight.
We appreciate it.
Absolutely.
It's 3-by-1 set, and we're not going to have a safety over the top. It'd be a good time to squeak somebody across the middle.
Throw it quick out to Kuntz. Kuntz has running room. He's out across the 50 to the 45. He's going to be pushed out of bounds at the 44-yard line.
And that's going to be enough for a first down.
Absolutely. Eagles first down. I'm going to take a quick minute, Alan, to mention the Vilonia Baseball Chili Supper coming up. It's going to be on October the 20th at 5 p.m. in the high school cafeteria. The Chili Supper for the baseball team is the main fundraiser. They have a silent auction also incorporated with that. If you'd like to buy tickets, find any baseball player, and you can purchase tickets for $7 a piece. I'll talk more about it a little later. Britton comes up, throws the quick slant to Fulmer.
Yes, and what was that? That was that 5-yard deep over the middle slant that we've been screaming for.
Also, the three-step drop. Just pull up and throw it. I like the time. I mean, it's a timing play, and you like it.
And they've got to practice that to be efficient at that. And you can see that they've had some practice at that this week.
So Eagles going to set back up in the veer. Simpson's in at the tight end position there. Wirtz to the bottom of your screen. Kuntz to the top. Gibbs going to be to Rocha this time. Rocha's driven backwards.
They still going to give him 2 yards.
Oh, at least 2 yards, yeah. So, he's going to be out to the 36. It's going to be 3rd down there for the Eagles. Should be 3rd and 2.
But we're in this drive so far, we've been staying ahead of the chains, just moving the ball down the field as we needed to. So we've not had the P word pop up yet.
I don't want to hear it.
We've not had a negative play. We've done what we need to stay ahead of those chains.
Eagles go with the split back veer here on 3rd and 2. A little bit less than 2, actually. Britton has it. He's going to give to Duff. Duff's got the first down plus some. He's going to have a 5-yard gain out to the Goblin 32-yard line. Now that's going to be 1st and 10 Eagles, and I think that's the deepest we've been into Goblin territory so far tonight.
It has been, and all of our drives have looked like this until we got down to this end. So let's keep going, doing what we're doing, and we're finally seeing the results of just passing it to the edges, throwing it over the top just a little bit.
Mixing the pass with the run, not just saying we're gonna line up and run you over and there's nothing you can do about it, because that hasn't been effective for the Eagles so far this year. Britton fakes to Roaches, rolling out to his right. He's going to keep around left end. Sticks his foot in the ground, makes the first tackler just jump out of his shoes there, and he's going to pick up a couple out to the 30. Alan, if he hadn't have juked that dude out of his shoes, he would have been tackled for a loss, but good stick move there by the old quarterback Britton. Actually, they're going to mark him back. I thought he was at the 30. They marked him almost back to the 31. We'll still give him the 30 as the line of gain. It's going to be 2nd down and 8 for the Eagles.
Yeah, and he had Kuntz and I think it was Former, but they were covered up over here. Good decision on him pulling it down and scrambling.
Gibbs going to be to Duff. Duff's off right tackle. He bowls ahead for about 3 yards there on the run. He's going to be down to the 28-yard line.
Yeah.
He's going to bring up third and what's that going to be?
That's
6?
going to be 3rd and 6. But we're in that down now where Harrison is thinking, hey, they've got to pass to get this.
Right.
But we're really not, because we're in 4-down territory. So we've got 2 plays to pick up
Right.
6 yards.
I think we're going to have to get it down closer to the 20 before we feel comfortable bringing Lewis out for a field goal attempt. So Eagles most likely in 4 down. Harrison brings additional linemen up. I believe one of their linemen,
they're going to call false start.
One of the Harrison linemen is acting like he's the one who screwed up. And, you know, I once had a very wise coach tell me in a basketball game,
the players know, don't they?
Don't show any emotion when you know you mess up, because officials make mistakes too. So they may not call it on you. Just keep playing. So after the penalty mark off, it's going to bring up 3rd and 11 for the Eagles back out at the 34 or 33-yard line.
Now we're in that down and distance. You know, unless we got a good running play that's going to take us to the edge, we're going to have to pass.
Morrison Wirtz to the bottom of your screen. Kuntz at the top. Roach is in the backfield. He's going to throw the fade to Wirtz. Wirtz really doesn't have an opportunity to go get the ball because the defender's just up in his grill there.
Yeah.
Defender wanted offensive pass interference, but I don't think he played the play well enough to get that call.
He wasn't looking back. I think if that pass may have been just a little bit shorter, we might have got that call.
Right, may have been an uncatchable ball. That's why they didn't throw the flag. That's totally understandable after you see where the throw lands out of bounds over there. 4th and 11, Eagles going to go for it here. Same exact set as we lined up for previously. Roach of the lone back. Britton set, has the ball, drops the pass. He's going to throw over the middle to Kuntz, and
no, that's Simpson.
Oh, that is Simpson. Doggone it. That's not the words that I want to say, but doggone it. That was a first down, and the ball couldn't have been any better thrown.
Yeah.
Just drops it.
Again, we go back to coaches put us in that position to be successful. They had the right play call. We've got to execute.
That's right. I mean, it takes all parts of the equation to make it work. And that time we just didn't get it done. But hey, good play call. We were going to have the first down. All you got to do is secure the ball, and you're good to go. Turnover on downs goes to Harrison. It's going to be the read option. Husky takes it around left end.
We've got a hold right there on that end. That's how Husky got that edge there. That slot receiver was holding.
Milligan was out there in coverage, and the receiver was hanging on to him where he couldn't get away to go stretch the play out any further. So I don't like where the flags land because I feel like he was up the field just another yard or so. But
that's to our benefit because that's at 10 yards from the spot of the foul, from the flag.
I'm saying I said up the field. I should have said down the field. My misspeak there.
Okay. See,
I thought Milligan had driven him back a yard into the backfield is what I should have said where he was getting held. First and 20 for the Goblins.
Yeah.
I formation.
It's going to be a run.
Dittmanson pulls, and he's going nowhere as Clay Kellett somehow sneaks into the backfield and piggybacks him down for the tackle.
Good job, Mr. Kellett.
I don't know how he got back there so fast, but he was sure riding him like it was on his piggyback.
Yeah, he was. He must have broke through that A gap or that B gap over on the backside of the play. When we see that 2-by-1 tight and that I formation, 95% of the time they're going to run.
Well, the action was they put it in the fullback's belly,
right,
and then Dittmanson tried to pull, and just by the time he did, Kellett was in the backfield.
So this is a passing formation.
Dittmanson's going to throw deep. We have pretty good coverage this time, and the Eagles are
somehow he come up with that catch.
Wow is all I can say because, I mean, that was great coverage by Bell out there.
Bell was there.
And when Bell went for the ball, he whiffed on it, and somehow the receiver comes up with it.
Yeah. Again, coach is putting us where we need to be.
Zeke Bell there defensively was right in stride. Ball just somehow escapes him.
And that's down to the 37?
36. I'm sorry, it is the 37. My mistake, Alan. I'm sorry to get you off track there.
That's all right.
23 Husky on the carry.
So Husky carries that ball. I'm sorry, I had to bend down there and get something out of my bag. So PA announcer announced that there was a flag, but there wasn't. They just we had a defender's helmet come off, so they were holding up play there for him to go take the one play off by rule. Goblins have it 1st and 10 at the 24. Dittmanson keeps straight up the middle. He's finally tripped up by Todd Gibson. Not before he can get all the way out to the 16-yard line. It's going to be an 8-yard pickup, bring up 2nd down and 2 for the Goblins.
And until we stop that play, they're not going to quit running it.
There you see Husky going around left end. It's going to be touchdown Goblins.
We're going to get 2 plays out of that set right there. We're going to get that 21-buck sweep to the trip side, and we're going to get the quarterback keep back up the middle off that tackle, off that backside. And that's until we stop it, they're going to keep running it.
So Harrison lines up for the point after. Snap is good, ball is down, kick is up, and it is good. And that's going to bring the score to 21-0. Goblins lead your Eagles. We're going to take it down to Drake Toll. He's got the homecoming queen for a interview with the 2017 homecoming queen. Drake?
Hey guys, we're live down here with the homecoming queen, Miss Sydney Weaver. Sydney, what's it feel like to be finally crowned homecoming queen?
Honestly, I just feel blessed to be able to represent my school in this way.
That's absolutely outstanding. Such an honor to be homecoming queen here. Now we have Miss Katie Jones, our student council president, elected last spring. Katie, what's it feel like to step up and be a student leader for this school year?
It's great to be a student leader. It can be stressful at times, but I love getting to see the leadership from all my peers.
Guys, absolutely outstanding to have these two ladies, big, prominent leaders in our school district. Awesome night for homecoming. Thank you.
Drake, we appreciate that. Good to see a couple of student leaders there. I know Sydney is a leader in the classroom as well as runs cross country and going to get to represent the students as the homecoming queen for the remainder of the season. Katie Jones there also does a good job in the classroom, and as Drake said, class president for the 2018 Vilonia senior class. Ball's going to go back deep. It's going to be Mitchell at the 10. Mitchell's out across the 15, makes a man miss. Out across the 20 to the 25, reverses field, and probably going to wish he hadn't done that because he loses a couple of yards. Ball's going to end up at the, the 23 is where they're going to mark him down finally. He had gained the 25 till he decided to reverse field. Might have got an extra yard if he just steps out of bounds there, but hey, he's on the field making that read. I'm not going to question it.
Got to love the effort.
Certainly, trying to make something happen. You know, he sees where his team's at. 4 minutes and 43 seconds left to play here till a half. Want to remind everyone we're going to have a halftime show with Drake and Allen. I suspect they'll cover some things they didn't get to cover in the pregame show. Pass goes out to Kuntz there, and it's incomplete.
And Harrison was all over that one.
I think they saw that one a little bit earlier, and they were ready for it this
Coach
time.
had a nice 12, 13-yard gain off that play his last series.
Right.
So
after the incompletion, it's going to be 2nd and 10 Eagles at their own 23-yard line. Britton has the guys to the line. Split back veer set. Works to the bottom of your screen. Coots to the top. Britton has it. It's going to fake to Rocha. Pitches to Duff. Duff has running room. And he is tripped up out at the 30-yard line. So a good 7-yard pickup there. Should bring up 3rd down and 3.
And that's going to be a 3rd down where we can either run or pass, most likely run for the 1st down right here.
Britton has the Eagles set. Gives to Duff off right tackle. He has running room. It looks like he's going to have the 1st down, maybe an additional yard or so. Indeed, they're signaling move the chain. So good run by Duff. That's a 1st down Eagles out at the 34. Yeah, 34-yard line.
Again, we're like what I'm seeing here up until we get to our own 30.
Yeah, definitely. Got a couple of announcements I'm going to make here right after this plays. You see Britton take the ball, fakes it to Duff. He's going to pitch to Rocha on the option. Rocha stiff arms the first tackler. Second one comes up, makes the hit. A whole lot of running for about a half a yard gain. It's going to bring up 2nd and 9 at the 35. I want to say, first of all, it is the class of 1997's 20-year reunion. They're in the house tonight. They had a pregame tailgate party, and then they have a seating area down here in the stands. So appreciate having the Vilonia Eagle graduating class of 1997 out at the homecoming game tonight. Got another one after this play. Same set as before. Britton's up under center. Has the ball. He's going to give to, well, did he give to Rocha? I know Britton got lit up on that play.
Did.
So
Rocha had it.
Luckily, he gets it to Rocha before he gets hit pretty hard there in the backfield. Rocha's going to be ahead to the 39. It's going to be a 3rd and 5 there. Want to take a moment to – actually, I'm going to hold off. That's going to take longer than I have to talk right here because Eagles going at such a fast pace, Alan, I don't have time to get my announcements in. I like it.
Yeah, I liked everything that we're seeing. We just got to convert once we get down on our side of the field.
Britton's back to pass. He's going to throw the slant to Wirtz, and there was 2 defenders all over that. Wirtz never even had a chance to catch that one.
Harrison defender read that well. I don't have the
number 7. That's Riley Jones.
Well, it was
the inside receiver 15 is Colton Shaver.
Yeah.
That's the safety. He was lined up safety, but he had slid down on the in the slot there for a reason. Maybe he read that we were going to run the slant. I don't know.
Yeah. And we're going to have to come back with 2 stops here because we got 2:30 left in the half, and Harrison Goblins get the ball at the 3rd quarter.
Morris and Britton both back in the punt formation. I still haven't figured out exactly why they do it that way. Britton punts. It's a high punt. And the Harrison Goblin
dangerous
return man comes up and fields it at the 30. That's number 13. Daniel McCormick, and I mean he had an eagle right in his face. I'm baffled there. So let me take a moment to talk about the T-shirts, Alan.
Go ahead. What you got for me?
Vilonia Eagle Football Foundation gives away 150 free T-shirts at each and every home game. Free, F-R-E-E. That spells free. At every home game, they take up shirt sponsors. If you want to sponsor, be a sponsor on the shirts, there's 6 sponsors on each shirt. Sponsorships are $500 per game. And you see the Goblins with a wide-open receiver, and he just throws it on the turf. I don't want it.
Yeah, and they showed that tendency against Little Rock Christian. He put it on them a few times, and they just drop it.
So back to the shirts real quick. $500 sponsorship if you want your business on the back of the T-shirt. Tonight's sponsors are the UPS Store, Ott Insurance, Conway Collision Center, Central Arkansas Pest Services, Cypress Valley Meat Company, and Linda Marie's Shop. That's down in the new shopping center here on the bypass. Okay. So if you get an opportunity, check out any of those sponsors. Support them the same way they've supported your Eagles. Dittmanson under center this time. He's going to pitch it to Husky. Husky's looking for running room around the left end. And he's going to be finally pushed out of bounds by Mitchell, but not before he's able to get up to around the 37-yard line.
Anytime you see a crazy formation like that, that was a 3-by-1 tight out of them with Dittmanson in under center. They've got one play that they want to run out of that, and that was their run play right there. So this is a pass set here, but now they're going to run out of it.
Husky's going to have the first down plus some. He looks like he's going to be out of bounds at about the 30. I'm sorry, not 30. That is the 43-yard line.
And they're just chewing up 5 and 6 yards a clip here on us. We're going to have to tighten up again. Not to go down 35-0 here at the first quarter. We're going to have to come up with back-to-back stops.
Dittmanson has the ball, drops to pass, and there's a whistle. Would suspect a false start. And as we await the referee's call, indeed it is a false start on the Goblins, so back them up.
These officials got to get used to using that mic too.
Yeah, I don't think he understands that there's just a shade of a delay when he hits the button.
Yeah. That and, just telling the fans, hey, false start, it's going to be a 5-yard mark off.
Yeah, there you go.
Just completing the story for them. What is that? That commercial that has the official ordering dinner.
Yeah, I can't remember what it's for, but I know what you're talking about.
And we're going to have a timeout. Harrison Goblins has got a timeout.
So
have
let's
you got
see
Have you got a commercial ready for one of our sponsors?
You want to know what? That's what we're going to do. We are going to roll at least one sponsor commercial, but maybe both. This first one's going to be for the Charlie Roller Foundation.
Charlie Roller was an outstanding athlete at Vilonia, and he truly exemplified what it meant to be a Vilonia Eagle. On behalf of the Vilonia Eagle Football Foundation, we would like to say thank you to the Friends of Charlie for their continued support of the Charlie Roller Classic. This event has allowed ongoing support to many sporting events and activities throughout the Vilonia School District. D&N Construction has always been a supporter of Vilonia athletics, and Vilonia football is no exception. On behalf of the Vilonia Eagle Football Foundation, we thank you for your continued support of Vilonia football.
Back to action there as you see a reverse out of the Harrison Goblins. It's going to be number 16 on the tackle for the Eagles. Nick Lewis in to play defense. Good job staying home there. Running back was number 35, Hunter Holtby. And you just heard from both of our sponsors here that were generous enough to give us donations to purchase the equipment that we bring you these Eagle broadcasts with. We really appreciate both of those, the Charlie Roller Foundation, who hosts the Charlie Roller Classic Golf Tournament. I know there is a Facebook page for the Charlie Roller Classic. Number 2 is going to make the reception, and I think he splits defenders and just doesn't give up and wants the touchdown and makes it. That's Cameron Jones. Now, we did have an Eagle defender get a pretty good shot in on the quarterback Dittmanson, so he may not be quite as apt to stand back there and throw the ball up for grabs the same way next time.
Well, he really wasn't throwing it up for grabs. We had trips to that side, and I was trying to call it. Mason Martin lined up in the backfield out of that 3-by-1 tight. That's telltale that they're fixing to throw it, and that slot receiver just streaked down the middle of the field wide open.
So the point after kick is up, and it's good. That's going to bring the score to 28-0. Goblins lead your Eagles. 1 minute and 17 seconds left to play here until the half. And where is Drake says no on the sideline report. We're going to keep it here. Let me talk about the chili supper one more time. Vilonia Eagle baseball team will be hosting a chili supper fundraiser on Friday, October the 20th. That's at the home football game when the Morrilton Devil Dogs come down to Philip Weaver Stadium to play your Eagles. Chili supper is going to start at 5 p.m. You get all-you-can-eat chili. They usually have Fritos, they have crackers, they have hot dogs and buns if you want that. They have the fixins and the toppings to go with the chili. Also, there'll be desserts there for your enjoyment. So that's an all-you-can-eat chili and dessert buffet. There is also a silent auction that will be going on at the same time, and they're going to have all that finished up in time for you to get back over here to Philip Weaver Stadium and enjoy the football action as the Eagles take on the Morrilton Devil Dogs. If you would like a ticket to the chili supper, please find any current baseball player. They will have those available for $7 each. See the short kick by the Goblins. Rocha comes up and takes it. He's out to the 35. It's going to push forward to the 39-yard line where the Eagles are going to set up with pretty good field possession here, Alan.
And their intent there is to try to get on, not necessarily onside, but to recover that kick, trying to catch us off guard.
Try to kick it there in that no man's land, if you will, and hope that we're not ready to cover it. And little do they know, there's the beast ready to take the ball, and
they just don't know about the beast.
They didn't hear. That's their bad.
No.
Some 5A West scores. Morrilton leads Alma 21-6 in the first half. Greenbrier leads.
Sorry, I keep jumping the scoreboard around on you guys. I keep looking down at the screen, and I can't read it, so I know if I can't, you guys probably can at home. Britton has the ball, brings Rocha across the formation in motion. Britton's going to pitch out to Draven Smith. And Draven Smith has to go deep in the backfield. It's going to be a pass. Throws it up to Kuntz, and it's going to be picked off. And, Allen, I'm going to tell you what set that up is I don't know who it was trying to block, but they were driven back into the backfield, and Smith had to dodge that, and he really couldn't set his feet to make the throw. If he sets his feet, because Smith is, I believe he is a former quarterback, played some quarterback either in junior high or 7th grade football. If he's able to set his feet, Kuntz is behind the defender.
Yeah.
It could have gone for a touchdown.
And again, we just got to execute.
I look down on the sidelines. I see some body language that I really don't, you hate to see. And, I mean, you can understand you're getting beat 28-0 on your homecoming game, but it's just the first half. You got to keep the right mindset.
And what a lick. Don't quit.
Yeah, just walk away.
Yeah, you done what you needed to do, son.
So that's Mitchell with a good lick.
And that's something I'm not able to put in the stats, but that was a direct reflection of Mitchell's effort into that not give up attitude.
You can't put Trucked in the stat line?
No, Truck is not in there.
I guess Trucked would actually be if there's a running back. Truck's a defender, so that wouldn't be Trucked. That would just be Smoked. He smoked that guy. He basically separated him from the football.
Hey, whatever kind of big adverb that you want to put right there,
easy.
Or adjective.
Easy.
It would fit.
I agree. All of them. So Dittmanson has the ball, looking to pass again. He's going to throw down the field. And Nick Lewis intercepts the ball at the 38-yard line. He's up over the 40 to the 50, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds there at the 50. So great job by the sophomore, Nick Lewis. And, Allen, we talked about him a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
He comes into the game and starts making plays everywhere.
Yeah.
What did he have, 2 or 3 interceptions?
He had
in
2
that
last game he played when Mitchell was down.
So why is he not out there more often?
I don't know.
The guy's a turnover machine. He's just an interception waiting to happen. I love it. Great job, Nick Lewis. So the Eagles are going to be set up at the 50-yard line, 47 seconds left to play. And what do you think Coach Sullivan's going to have dialed up here for us?
Well, he's been trying to dial it down the field, and we just hadn't been executing it. So maybe a little more of the same. That slot receiver, a little 5-yard pickup.
Fulmer here there makes the catch in traffic. Good job by him. Was that was Fulmer? Okay.
That was Fulmer.
I saw the one and just called Fulmer. I was hoping it wasn't Morris, and I didn't give credit to the wrong person. Great job there. Clock continues to roll. 30 seconds left to play. Eagles are going to have to go.
Yeah, we've got some timeouts left that we can use here. I know we got 2.
Wow, not able to get set as quickly as you'd like to. Britton has it. Looking down the field. He's going to throw. It's intended for number 22, Luke Berry. Has the ball and then drops it on the turf. And, Allen, that was going to be a big play if he's able to bring that in.
And Luke adjusted well to the ball at the end. He done really good working to the inside of that defender. Just got to finish it off with making that catch.
So, Allen, Berry would be in the – because Wirtz was out there, right?
I seen –
Kuntz. Okay,
Kuntz.
So Berry's in at Wirt's spot. You wonder if that finger's bothering Wirtz again. I don't even see him on the sideline at all. So he may be in the locker room early getting some treatment. Eagles go 4 wide here. Duff the lone back. Britton has it. Drops. He's flushed out of the pocket. The ball's going to be thrown to Kuntz. And again, Allen, in the breadbasket, and we're just unable to come up with the big catches when we need them.
And in defense of Coach there, he had a leg laid on him. He had the Mitchell put on him.
Oh, he did. He got Mitchell right there. There's no doubt about that. So, man, opportunities and
we're dialing up the correct play calls here to be successful.
Right. So the Eagles are going to punt it away, 4th and 5 here at the Goblin 45 with 12.1 seconds left to play. Harrison's going to play this like it's a fake. Leave their regular defense out there. Nobody deep to return this punt. Morris, that is Britton, kicks it high. Mitchell's down there to cover it. Ball bounces at the 12, takes an eagle roll. It's going to be down to the 5-yard line where it's going to stop, but not before the clock runs out, and that's going to be the end of the half. So Eagles are going to be down 28-0 to the Harrison Goblins here at your homecoming halftime. We are going to take just a quick break while we set up the halftime show. And we'll be back here just momentarily with the halftime show with Alan and Drake. I'm trying to get everything set up here so I can get all this in and out the way it should be. So bear with me just one moment here as we will take a break. You're going to hear some music and see a graphic, and we'll be back momentarily with the Vilonia Eagle halftime show. This is Eagle Vision, brought to you by the Vilonia Eagle Football Foundation.
They cut us off.
We're back live again from Philip D. Weaver Stadium halftime show. The first half has concluded, and we've got some big puppies in here, the Vilonia State Championship baseball rings. Our other big puppies, head coach, Coach Wallace, and pitching coach, Coach Moore. Coach, we're going to start with you. We talked about it in the pregame. 2017 state baseball champions in the 5A, but you guys were down to begin every ball game in the state playoffs. What was it like fighting back, seeing the heart those guys had on the baseball field?
What was it like? It was nerve-wracking. No, it was. It's basically got down to normal for us. I mean, we had 7 come from behind victories through the year, and we had at least 5 walk-off victories in the last at bat. And by the time we got to the state playoffs, it kind of felt like home for us, you know. But it's just a great tribute to guys that just desired not to lose, and no matter what we did, they were not going to quit and give up in it. And they felt like every game they had something to prove, which is, you know, kind of a point of emphasis going in 2018. how do you make guys consistently find something to prove, stay humble, stay hungry. So that's kind of been our goal. We've only been 2 weeks into the next season, and that's been the goal for us, is just to find a way to play with that chip on your shoulder, because they just felt like they had something to prove. They were not guys that were highly recruited. They were not guys that were publicized, and they wanted an opportunity to put themselves out there and say, look, we don't have all your D1 signees. We don't have all of that, but we can win. We can play as a team, and we can win.
All right, we'll go over here to Coach Moore. Coach, the pitching staff last year, a big part of the success for Vilonia. You're the pitching coach. Got to credit a lot of that to you, of course. Those guys, talk to me about the guys last year and how well they played down the stretch, your pitching staff in the playoffs.
Yeah, first off, I didn't have to throw a strike last year, so I didn't play much of a part in any of that stuff. When we came out on the mound, I knew that our guys had one job, and that was to throw strikes. Defensively behind us, we were going to make as many plays as we could. We struggled early in the year throwing strikes, and I made it a point of emphasis to focus in on mechanics, to pinpoint things that caused a flaw in accuracy, and our guys really took that in stride. And as the season progressed, you could see guys like Cody Mitchell and Chris Bass, Corey Wilson throwing strike after strike after strike. And we were really able to rely on guys that that allowed other players that we thought we may have to use to throw to just focus in on hitting and playing defense. And I think it was one of the biggest reasons why we were so successful, is we had guys step up that were able to throw a lot of innings, throw a lot of strikes for us.
That's right. Throwing strikes, a big part of the ball game. You're throwing balls, you can't win a game.
That's correct.
Now back over to you, Coach Wallace. What's the prize? That was the, I guess you could say, the team slogan. We'll call it that. Can you walk me through what's the prize? What does that necessarily mean for you guys?
Well, I can give you a clear example. It happened today. You know, we had our opportunity today to recognize our team last year. To be honest, it's something that's been stressing me out, because that's not really my comfort zone.
Right.
My comfort zone is with the guys and practicing and playing. But this morning, I wake up, we have our morning workouts, and we sent out 60 letters to alumni to make them a part of this event that we had. And the prize is those guys, because this morning I get up about 5:17 in the morning. I'm about to get and I look down, and I have a text message from Nick Howard, and it says, you up? I'm like, of course I'm up, man. You know, we got 5 a.m. workout. So I'm sitting there, and I sent him a text back, and I said, yeah. He says, kind of late, aren't you? I was like, well, I mean, I'm going to make it there by 6. That's when we start, at 6. So I said, I got about 3 wardrobe changes today that I got to do for workouts and class and tonight. And I said, I'm doing okay. I said, why aren't you up? And he says, I'm waiting on you. So I heard on Thursday that Nick wasn't going to get to come down for this event, and he's just one of many that's coming down for this. And then I wake up on Friday morning, and he's drove all night with Chris Bass from Oklahoma Wesleyan to be there in the morning for morning workouts. That's the prize, man. High school kids don't do that, you know, and when they find something that they've spent so much time together doing, that's the prize. The time spent with people of common interest, that's what the goal is. You take the championship rings away from all those guys, they still have that accomplishment of being state champions. That ring's just something we give, that we have a chance to have alumni dinner and talk about. But we're not going to talk about, hey, you remember that ring? We're going to talk about, hey, you remember that practice? You remember the turtle? Do you remember, the lucky worm? Do you remember hitting this? Do you remember that? And that's what it's all about, and that's the prize. And I can promise you right now, with where sports is today and all the stuff that they try to use this panel, if they would use the team as a panel and understand that the time spent with their teammates in the clubhouse, on the practice field, in the weight room, on the buses, and then on the field, I can promise you right now we would have less selfish athletes and more team-oriented athletes.
That's such a big part. It's not just a game, it's a family, especially in baseball. You see those tight-knit group of guys. Now back over to you, Coach. We saw a few pitchers graduate, I'll say that, but a lot of guys back. The heart of the pitching staff back this season. What have those guys done to improve themselves over the offseason?
They've thrown a lot over the offseason. We continued our season after the state title game. We played another month of baseball, and some of the guys traveled out of state to play to kind of increase competition level, and so they continued throwing. Another big thing they did to actually continue increasing arm strength is take a few months off.
Yeah.
I know that sounds strange, but we like to shut our guys down for a couple months after their last pitch to let their arm recover so that they can bounce back and let their arm grow and strengthen in the fall. We just started an after-school throwing program this week where we're starting to stretch our arms out a little bit. Next week I'm going to implement our weighted ball throwing circuit. And I've got guys, like you said, a bunch of guys coming back, Jordan Corson, Trey McNespy, Cody Mitchell, Corey Wilson. I strongly believe that a lot of those guys are going to be throwing mid to upper 80s and maybe have 3 or 4 guys hit 90 this year. Just if we continue following the success that we had with the throwing program last year, I think the guys really enjoyed it. They made it their own, and it paid off a little bit.
Yeah, always good to have a great pitching staff backing up your bats and your defense. Last question for both of you guys is the same one. Coach, those guys graduated last year. I know that you have a solid relationship with those guys. How well have you stayed in contact? How well has your relationship stayed intact once those guys graduated and left off?
Well, I mean, it's not even just last year's crew. I want you to know, I mean, I have with social media nowadays, you have many opportunities and many venues to stay in contact with people. I mean, it's multiple guys. It's not just this past class. We hope to build that with every class, and we do. It's going to be something that's going to continue to grow here because we have a family environment. I got a guy I love working with. I mean, I'm telling you right now, he doesn't take enough credit. His calm demeanor makes our pitching staff good. My stressed out demeanor probably puts him in a bad situation. But the relationships that we get and we build and we share with those guys, we're not going to have to win a state championship every year to have something special. You know, getting invited to their weddings, getting to see their kids, come back for alumni day. You can't hardly, you get to walk through the crowd. You can't hardly make it to your seat because you just stop and you're hugging next to guys that you love. And that's what it truly gets down to. If you don't love kids, don't get in the coaching business because there's no point in it because there's so many negativity, there's so many failures, there's so many of those things that you can get wrapped up into. But if you don't have relationships, if you don't build relationships and love young man that way, you're going to constantly feel empty.
Yeah, once again, a huge part of the relationships you make. I know those guys, once again, a tight-knit group, and it's good to see that you've kept those relationships intact, even when those guys leave off. Now, Coach Moore, for you, you've been here for 3 years now, 4 years now. How have those relationships stayed intact for you?
Well, I can look back to the first year I was here. I had guys that I'd only had for 1 year that went off to out of state to play baseball, and I still contact those guys on a regular basis. Hayden Weaver was one of those guys that he didn't go out of state to play, but he went to play college baseball and showed up today and hugged me, shook my hand. We talked about how things are going, how life's going. Those relationships are important to me. You know, one of the biggest things about coaching baseball isn't the baseball game, it's the rides to and from the games.
Yeah.
Getting to build those relationships, talking with people, playing stupid games that we created on and off or on the way to and from games.
We need a guy that can create an app, don't we? We need somebody that can make an app because we would done be rich right now.
That's the fun part for me. Successes and failures on the field, that's going to come and go, but getting to build those relationships.
And you've done that more for me too. That's made me reflect on that too. Having somebody you can share that with as an adult just ties those kids into it more.
It's a love sandwich here. Two really heartfelt answers there. I'm sure a lot of the baseball guys are watching.
They're right here. There's about 5 of them right here below us, right down there. I don't know if they're watching on YouTube, but they're sitting right down there. And Ty Johnson can probably hear me talking right now.
I'll tell you, the ones that are watching back home, I'm sure they got a good kick out of this one, guys. It's so awesome to bring y'all up here. Congratulations on the state championship. Thank you guys for meeting with us.
All right.
Thank you. I thought I was supposed to sit on your lap.
We're good. Over and out.
E&N Construction has always been a supporter of Vilonia athletics, and Vilonia football is no exception. On behalf of the Vilonia Eagle Football Foundation, we thank you for your continued support of Vilonia football. Charlie Roller was an outstanding athlete at Vilonia, and he truly exemplified what it meant to be a Vilonia Eagle. On behalf of the Vilonia Eagle Football Foundation, we would like to say thank you to the Friends of Charlie for their continued support of the Charlie Roller Classic. This event has allowed ongoing support to many sporting events and activities throughout the Vilonia School District.
We're back here live once again from Philip D. Weaver Stadium. Just talked to Coach Moore and Coach Wallace, our 2 baseball coaches. And we also have Mr. Alan Wade in here back with us, our halftime guru.
Yeah.
Alan, you've been keeping stats all game. What are we looking at rush yards-wise? It seems like we ran the ball pretty effectively in the first half.
We have. 111 yards for the first half. That's respectable. 4.3 yards a rush. Passing, we're 4-17. And total yards, 43 plays for 150 yards. So just the number of plays that we're seeing, you're seeing that up-tempo. And I believe the coaches are putting us in the situations or the correct formations, putting us in the right spots. We've got to execute on what's being called at this point.
Oh, yeah, that's a big part of it.
It's coming down to execution.
That's right.
At this, we're where we need to be. You know, we're where we need to be to make the tackles. We're where we need to be to complete the passes. We just got to execute.
That's right. You look at as far as what Harrison's been able to do, we thought they'd come in here and throw the ball all over us, but as far as passing goes, they've only thrown the ball 9 times, 3 of 9 so far.
Yeah, 3 of 9s and a big pick by Mr. Nick Lewis. Seems like every time he gets in the game, he's intercepting a pass. And you know, he's got 135 yards, but big plays with streaking receivers wide open.
Yeah.
You know, big plays. Who's really hurt us is Mr. Husky, 23, the running back there. He has gashed us. And we're going to get a heavy dose of that in the second half. That 3-by-1 tight out of that shotgun formation, we're going to get that read option again. Until we shut that down to that trip side, why go away from it? I mean, if it was something like that working for us, I mean, we would continue to hammer it as well.
Yeah.
So Coach Stout's got his hands full trying to figure out how to stop that particular play because that's the big play that sticks out in my mind that's really hurting us.
Oh, yeah, 28-0 deficit. Your deficit at halftime. The Eagles down to Harrison. Looking at, Harrison's completed 3 passes for 135 yards.
Right.
That says a lot as to they've been able to get down the field, those go routes, those post routes, run long routes, and they've been effective throwing the ball deep downfield. We didn't expect a lot of deep accuracy.
No.
But we've seen some pretty good passes downfield.
He's under he's a 52% completion. We talked I don't know if it got out, but we talked about it a little bit that pregame. 171 yards coming into the night and 52% completion. So him and his receivers, 50% of the time are not on
Right.
in tune with each other. So, and we've seen that tonight.
Yeah. We have here and there, only 3 of 9.
Right. It's the streaking wide open receivers that he's hit. So we'll be able to make those adjustments, cover up those receivers, not let anybody get on top of us again. We'll be doing fine.
Oh, yeah, it's a big part of it is those streaking receivers that have been an asset to Harrison. Looking at Harrison, over 300 yards. Defensively, you got to lock it down in the second half, especially the passing game.
Right.
They're passing the ball to set up the run. It's been a very well-called ball game on the offensive side for Harrison. The Eagles have had their opportunities here and there, a couple drop passes, interception that have hurt us. But nonetheless, you got to clean some stuff up in the second half and go out there, do the best that we can to put some points on the board, try to chip away.
Yeah.
But, Alan, it is our every week thing, the
Yeah.
DNN.
Oh, our trivia question.
DNN trivia question of the game.
So tonight, I dug deep, and I kind of gave you guys a little taste of it before the game. So according to the Arkansas Activities Association football record book, Vilonia is accredited for 2 records in that document.
No way.
Yeah. Vilonia has 2 records in that document. And that document is about 20 pages long.
Yeah, no kidding.
It's a long document. I printed it up, and I got it right here just in case you guys didn't believe me. So my question to Corey is going to be here at the next half. He don't have a headset on. But so my question to you be, what category is Vilonia in the record book? So you got 1 or 2 shots right here because we're listed twice.
I tell you, I've looked at those record books plenty of times. They display them at every state championship game. I know that I want to say rushes in a ball game because Jim Stanley loved to run the ball, but Cabot actually holds the first 9 spots on that one.
Yeah.
It's not that one. Give me.
It's in the kicking game.
Oh, there's no way.
Yeah. Vilonia's 2 records come in the kicking game.
Both 2 records come in the kicking.
Both records come in the kicking game.
Well, that narrows it down.
Yeah.
Give me. I want 2 guesses. First guess, the most touchbacks in a season.
Nope.
Okay. Give me most field goals made in a season.
Nope.
Can you give me one of the records?
So one of the records is the longest interception return for a touchdown.
What does that have to do with field goals?
It's the kicking. Well, okay. You got me there. Oh, you got me there. But the other one, hey. Yeah, no wonder you didn't get it. The other one was the longest touchdown kickoff return for a touchdown. That was the other
Now
one.
we took Corey's question.
Now we
You
took
gave
Corey's. I gave them both away.
that's
Oh
one of the
man, boy,
awesome
I worked hard in setting that one up this week, and I done fumbled. I done fumbled the football,
Had
didn't
nothing
I?
to do with kicking.
Poor execution. We talked about it all night long.
Oh, my goodness.
And now we come up in the booth and we can't execute.
One of the best trivia questions we've had, DNA Construction broadcasted live from Philip Weaver Stadium. Our halftime is over. 1 minute left till kickoff. We're going to send it back to Corey Erie, Allen Wade down to the field. I'll be sideline reporting my Hazen jersey on wherever I got that. But we'll get it down there in a second. It's been halftime. Drake Toll and Allen Wade.
Welcome back to Vilonia Eagle Football Live here on Eagle Vision, brought to you by the Vilonia Eagle Football Foundation. Also our sponsors, DNN Construction and the Charlie Roller Foundation. We appreciate them, their generous monetary donations to help us purchase the equipment that we use here. Every, I guess it's been Thursday and Friday night this season so far is what we've been able to accomplish. I want to cover a couple of my announcements that I wasn't able to really get to there in the half with the pace of the game. Number one, it is the Vilonia class of 1997's 20-year reunion tonight. They had a tailgate prior to the game. They also have a place set up down here in the bleachers for watching the game, so we appreciate them being here tonight. We have the chili supper coming up. The Vilonia baseball team's fundraiser. You saw the baseball coaches on the halftime show there with Drake and Allen, and they are having their annual chili supper on the 20th prior to the home game between the Eagles and the Morrilton Devil Dogs. Tickets are $7 each. If you want a ticket to go to the chili supper, find any current baseball player, and they'll be able to sell you those for $7 each. It'll be all-you-can-eat chili, all the fixings to go with it. There would be desserts to be had. There's a chili contest on who made the best chili, silent auction of things you can purchase. So a lot of good times to have there, and they'll get done. Plenty of time to get you back over here to Philip Weaver Stadium to watch action between the Devil Dogs and your Vilonia Eagles. So check that out. Want to mention the Eagle shirt sponsors. Every home game, the Vilonia Eagle Football Foundation gives away 150 free T-shirts. They change the theme, change the color every home game. Tonight it was white T-shirts.
Yep. I hadn't seen.
We've got one. I can't remember what the graphic was on it. But either way, what they do is they sell sponsorships on the back of the shirts. They sell 6 sponsors per home game, and you get your name announced over the loudspeaker. This one says Vilonia Eagle Football Homecoming 2017. Get your name announced over the loudspeaker. We put you out over the broadcast. A sponsorship is $500 for each shirt that you want to sponsor, and there's only 6 sponsors per shirt. Tonight's sponsors are the UPS store, Ott Insurance Company, the Conway Collision Center, Central Arkansas Pest Services, Cypress Valley Meat Company, and Linda Marie's, the new shop out here in the new strip mall on the bypass out here south of the intermediate school. So check out those sponsors. Tell them you heard us here on the broadcast and support them the way they supported the Eagles. Lewis kicks off. Kicks it to number 35 at the 15. He's going to be across the 20, 20, 25. He's out to the 30. He's finally tripped up at the 35-yard line by Todd Gibson. And that's where the Goblins are going to set up 1st and 10 for the opening drive of the second half. And, Alan, I have something that was sent in to me via text. I'm not going to spoil it. I'm going to wait and break it out when I can actually use it here.
Okay.
So just so you know, I got something ready for you. And it ain't a trivia question where you return an interception in the kicking game. Nobody's still figured out how that works.
Fumble on the play by Wade.
In motion there. Dittmanson has it. Indeed, he's going to give it to number 2. He's looking for running room around the left end. Finally cuts it upfield. Breaks through 2 tackles. Finally going to be knocked down at the 43-yard line, where it's going to be 2nd down and short for the Goblins.
You know, what I like to see on that play, Milligan was fighting out, trying to get their running back. I'm sorry, I don't have number 2's roster.
Cameron Jones.
To cut back upfield, and he done that. We've got to secure the tackle.
Dittmanson has the ball, drops back to pass. He's going to throw over the middle. That has been wide open all night long. Zeke Bell tries to tackle him, unable to do so. Finally, Mitchell and Nick Lewis bring him down, but Allen not before a big gain. And, man, the middle of the field is wide open all night long for the Goblins. They just keep killing us there.
That's a 46-yard gain there.
Ha! Jimmy Rogers tuning in. Jimmy, I just saw that you had put a comment on the live chat. We don't follow that as closely as we should. Fred was eating a little bit of everything, I think, as you can see in the background of the halftime show there. Jimmy saw you eating on the halftime show, Fred. He's commenting on it. Fred got a good laugh out of that, Jimmy, so I hope you're still listening in. He's got a kick out of that one. Pass incomplete by the Goblins there.
Not everybody used to our cameras being in the box yet.
That's right.
So we're still trying to find a home spot for this that everybody can get used to.
Yeah, we're trying to get out of the way and still give room for everybody to do everything they need to for the home games. And work in progress here. Dittmanson has the ball. He's going to fake to the back in the backfield, keeping himself. Good job on the coverage there by Clay Kellett coming up.
My man
making
Kellett.
the tackle. Milligan also there to go low on the quarterback Dittmanson to assist on the tackle.
And you got to like what we're seeing here, them tighten up once the Goblins got in the red zone.
100%. 3rd and 9 from the Eagle 10-yard line.
And this is going to be a big stop because if they score here, it puts us into the mercy rule.
It's going to give to Husky. Husky's hitting the backfield, squirts out of that tackle. He's chased down over by the sideline there by Tristan Milligan, who's going to push him out of bounds. Give him a gain of about 1.5 yards or so. Brings up 4th down, and let me see where they put the ball down, Alan.
I can't see yet.
It's going to be at the 9.
9, that's a 1-yard gain.
Yeah, so 4th and 8 is what it's going to be for the Goblins here in the first drive of the second half.
And his field goal kicker's coming on, but he don't have a block. So they're lining up to go for it in this 5 wide. Watch out for quarterback draw here.
So Dittmanson goes with the empty backfield. Here comes the motion man. Drops the pass. He's going to throw the screen pass. We've got tacklers out there. Good job by the Eagle defense. They hold. That's number 54, Christian Gardner and number 50 Wyatt Milliken on the coverage and the tackle by the Eagles, and nobody was fooled there, Alan, on that little screen pass.
No, they were more prepared than I was on that particular play, and thank goodness.
So all the film study in the world
did not prepare me for that one.
Still got to execute on the field.
Well, or with a mic.
Well, yeah, that is correct. So I got another announcement I'm going to make in a moment. We're gonna see what the Eagles dial up offensively here. Split back veer set. Britton has it. Fakes the option. Keeps it himself off left tackle. Fights forward for about 3 yards where he's going to be down at the 19-yard line. I think Drake's going to get a shot with our cheerleaders here momentarily, maybe at our next sideline report. I'm not sure. I know he's got that on his schedule for the second half. I'm going to give you the cheerleader names here in a moment when we get enough of a stoppage that I can read them all off. It's a lengthy list of cheerleaders, but we want to recognize those young ladies for their efforts on the sideline. Britton has the boys up to the line of scrimmage again. He's up under center, has the ball, turns around, gives it to Duff. Duff tries to over left guard, nothing doing there. He's going to fight forward for about a yard, maybe a yard and a half, out nearly to the 21-yard line. It's going to bring up third down and about 4 for the Eagles.
Eagle offense will be looking at 3rd and 4.
Substitutions by the Eagles. You see Wirtz check back in the game, so whatever he had going on there at the end of the second half, he got
it corrected,
he's
didn't
good
he?
to go now. And not that I don't like seeing Barry or Lewis out there.
No.
I mean, that's fine, but you're always worried when you see a starter AWOL on the sideline. Britton fakes, looks to throw, rolling to his right. He's going to throw it out to Wirtz, and
they had something set up over there.
Well, he had blockers there with him.
Yeah.
And from my vantage point, I can't see why he didn't make the pass. Was the pass out too far out in front of him? Or
It
did he get his hands
looked
on
like it, but I think Harrison stopped us off, and Duff just does a cartwheel coming off the field. Did you see that?
No, I did not. I was looking to see the formation we're setting up in. Our twin punters there in the backfield. Now we're going to shift. Britton has it. Gets it away. Pretty good punt. It's going to hit at the 47, take an eagle roll down inside the 40 to the 35, and that's where it's going to be downed by Cody Mitchell. So we will take this opportunity to go down to – no, he's not ready. He ain't even paying attention. Drake ain't ready for the sideline report. I'll just give you the cheerleaders' names. Eagle cheerleaders for 2017. Seniors, Hannah Millsap, Randy Park, Maddie Prosser, Grace Weatherly. Juniors, Ashlyn Maynard, Allie Robertson, Marley Smith. Sophomore cheerleaders, Heidi Aldridge, Calissa Campbell, Emma Eastman, Shelby Ellison, Madeline English, Aubrey Lloyd, Kaylee O'Lone, Lydia Grace Outlaw, and Amber Sturts. I'll get the coaches in a minute. Dittmanson has it. Fakes to Husky. Keeps himself around the left end. He's up across the 40, out to the 45. Breaks another tackle there across the 50. And, Alan, you don't want to know what? None of these Harrison backs will go down at first contact. They
don't.
They have that extra what's the word I'm looking for here? My tongue is
desire.
Yeah, desire. Just don't want to go down, and they fight for additional yardage.
And an 18-yard pickup. And, again, we're there to make the plays. We've got to wrap up and put our head across and drive somebody to the ground.
That's right. Dittmanson in the gun. Pulls, takes it himself around the left side. He's got another big gain another going to be a first down. He's across the 35, down near to the 30 where he's going to be pushed out of bounds. And too far across there to see the tackler.
That was 17.
17 on the tackle. There's no 17 on. Oh, for us. That's Zeke Bell. I'm sorry.
Zeke Bell, yes. I lost his
list.
name. His name left my mind. Again, they're not going to get fancy. Husky's still in the backfield, so they're still going to well, now he's going up under center. So
Dittmanson has it, turns, gives to Husky straight up the middle. He's going to get a couple. Eagles are all over him. It's 41 and
Bartlett
and 42 Kellett there on the tackle. So 2nd and 7 after the 3-yard gain on first down. Ball sits at the Eagle 30-yard line. Dittmanson's going to empty out the backfield. He's got two tight ends, 3 receivers to the bottom of your – no, I'm sorry, 1 tight end. Puts it in Husky's belly, pulls it, goes around the right end, and who's there to tackle him?
Clay Kellett.
Clay Kellett. All over the place tonight. He's having a great game defensively. But still, a 5-yard game. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 2 for the Goblins out at the Eagle 24-yard line.
And we're probably going to have to stop them twice here.
So Dittmanson up under center with an I formation behind him. Turns around. He's going to give to Husky. Husky cuts outside. He's going to be really close to the 1st down, depending on the spot there. And the official does indeed signal 1st down. So another 1st down for the Goblins. Ball's going to be sitting at the Eagle 20. Is it the 22?
That's what it looks like.
Looks like that's where they put it now.
Harrison's, yep. It's hard to see across that field there.
I think our eyes are just getting old and bad.
Nah, I got 20/15 vision, my man. Talk for
I heard
yourself.
you
There's
talk
just
about
too many people in the way.
I've heard you talk about that before. I'm going to see them test results. You see Husky take the ball around the left side again. He's going to have 9, maybe close to another 1st down for the Goblins.
No, he's spotting him back at the 13.
Okay, so give him 8.
Yep.
I've just got a really bad angle here when they run to that far side of the field.
There's just so many players in between. It's hard to tell. So back to my trivia question. I did fumble the ball on that one. We do own 2 records in there. We don't have the highest total, except for the interception or the kickoff return for a touchdown by Derek Gwatney. Done it back in 2006.
Okay, so somebody had texted me and said they thought maybe that was Zach Mitchell that had that record, but it's Derek Gwatney, huh?
For the longest kickoff return.
Wait a minute.
Longest kickoff return.
You're changing your story. A minute ago when you asked Drake,
I
it
know.
was an interception.
What I was leading into at halftime was in the kicking game. We've got one in the kicking game. We've got a defensive one.
All right, I'm thoroughly confused.
I know
you see the Goblins go in for another touchdown. Brings the score to 34-0. Goblins leading your Vilonia Eagles, and you're going to have to stay on one storyline with me here.
I know. So, we own 2 records.
2 records that the Eagles own outright.
One, not outright. We're listed. 1 in the kicking game.
Okay.
1 interception return for a touchdown. So, a defensive.
So that's going to be Zach Mitchell then.
That's the Zach Mitchell 101-yard touchdown.
Yeah, I would have had that one with or without the help from the text message.
Right.
I'm guessing you confused him as well. So
yeah.
Real quick, we're going to take it down to Drake for an Eagle sideline report. Looks like he has the entire cheerleading squad with him. Maybe Drake.
He's not on.
Yeah, he is on. He's not on down there. Drake, you got to turn your mic on. Drake, you got to turn your. Okay, Drake's not going to turn his mic on, so you can see him, but you can't hear him. But we'll get word down there to him that.
Drake Toll down here with the cheerleaders. No, it's been a fun night for homecoming night. These guys are down here doing the K's again, doing the K's during the homecoming celebration. But a lot of pep going on for the ball game. Back to you guys in the booth.
All right, Drake, we're going to have to remind you. We're going to have to
Stamp
put
it
a
on his
sticky
forehead.
on his forehead or something. Turn your mic on before you talk, my friend.
That's 2 times with the cheerleaders. He just gets around them girls and loses his mind.
He does. He loses his mind. He gets all those beautiful young ladies around him. So Mitchell has the kick. He's up across the 20 to the 25 and out nearly to the 30 where he's going to be taken down by a couple of Goblin tacklers. Number 43 and 33, I believe, is the tacklers there for the Goblins. Brooks both. And I don't even have a 43. Is there a second page to this list?
There is.
There is. Logan King. So.
Hey, let me know.
I think this was one of Steve's rosters that he gave me.
I got mine same place though.
Oh, okay. I'm with you. So Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 29. You got Wirtz to the top, Kuntz to the bottom of your screen. I didn't get the back numbers. I know one is Rocha for sure. Britton keeps. And there ain't nothing going on. So Britton's going to be tackled for actually a very short gain, not quite a yard. We'll give him one. We say he's out to the 30. 2nd and 9 there for the Eagles.
And so the other, well, we'll get it after this.
Duff has the ball on the pitch, slips on the cut, and he's unable to get upfield where in the hole he was looking to run in. After the stumble there, he's going to be down for about a 2-yard loss back to the 28-yard line.
We're falling behind them sticks here.
Yeah, 3rd and 12 now.
It's a down a distance where we've got to pass.
Oh, I'm sorry, 3rd and 11. I misspoke there.
Yeah, where we got to pass here.
So Eagles go with 3 wide. Morris in the slot. Britton drops, throws it up to Wirtz. Wirtz going to go up and make a catch down to the 50-yard line. And that's what we've been looking for when we've ran that play a couple of times already tonight, is get the ball up there and let your 6'5" receiver go up and make a catch.
And that's exactly what he done. Exactly what he done.
Good job on the throw by Britton. Great job by Wirtz to go up and get the ball. Eagles going to have a first down out at the 50. And a little bit of fire in the crowd after that big throw and catch. So let's see if the Eagles respond.
We come back in that 2-by-2 formation, same formation that we just got the first down out of.
Fulmer in the opposite slot from Morris. You see Morris come in motion. Britton's going to fake to Rocha. Cuts it upfield off right tackle, and he's going to be out for another Eagle first down after the 11-yard run to the Goblin 39. Great job on the decision there by Britton
to keep
and get the 11-yard gain.
Yep.
1st and 10 Eagles at the Goblin 39-yard line, and best field position we've had since the first half. 3:35 left to play here in the 3rd quarter. Eagles looking to put some points on the board here in the game. Staying with that 2-by-2 set, Rocha's going to be in the slot on the top of your screen this time. He's the man. That's not Rocha. That's Draven Smith. Britton's going to pitch to Smith. Smith makes a move. It makes a tackler miss. Fights forward. He's going to be tackled down at the 31-yard line. And, Alan, that's a good run after the pitch.
And we've said it. Every time Mr. Smith touched the ball, good things happen. He is shifty enough to make people miss and make things happen.
Smith's going to stay on. Kuntz looks like he's going to switch to the top of the formation with Fulmer in the slot. Wirtz is going to be to the bottom of your screen with Smith in the slot on the bottom. Rocha the lone back in the backfield. Britton set. Brings Smith in motion. Has the ball. Fakes to Rocha. He's going to keep it this time. Gets upfield across the 35 or the 25 down to the 23 is where they're going to mark him down. It's going to be another Eagle first down. 1st and 10 Eagles at the Goblin 23. Is this the deepest we've been?
That was what I was fixing to ask you. I think it is. I think previous is somewhere between 25 and 30.
I would agree with that. So Eagles with the best field position they've had so far. I know before we were saying we needed to get it down close to the 20 to have a chance at kicking a field goal. Hey, I want 6 this time, though.
Yep.
Eagles stay with the same set, same personnel. Britton looks, throws to Smith on the quick slant. He's going to have the catch out to the 18-yard line where it's going to be 2nd down and 5 for the Eagles.
And, I don't know that was a slant. Harrison just was pushed back in coverage on that, giving Smith the room, and Britton just stepped back and threw a quick seam route. I mean, it was a quick 5-yard
just seam a little 5-yard stop.
Yeah. That's what I was trying to say.
Same personnel remains in. Smith in motion. Britton has it. Fakes to Rocha. Cuts upfield. Has running room. Breaking tackles. Looking good. And Britton's on a mission tonight, Alan.
He ate his Wheaties at half times, it looks like.
He drank a little bit of that.
Mountain Dew.
Yeah, a little Mountain Dew, a little bit of that. I wanted to say white lightning. That'd be the wrong connotation there, but got him some lightning in the bottle. He's looking good. Eagles first down inside the 10. It's going to be 1st and goal at the Goblin 8. And let's rise up to the occasion here, Eagles. So Simpson back in. He's going to split to the slot down with Kuntz at the bottom of your screen. Works to the top. Give is to Duff. Duff has running room. He's across the 5 down to the 3-yard line where he's going to be stacked up by a horde of Goblins. That is the official term for a large group of goblins.
You've just been waiting to pull that one out, hadn't you?
Horde of goblins.
A horde.
Horde. A whole horde of them.
Don't mix that up with any other words.
That's why I'm really enunciating the D in that word.
Yeah.
A horde.
Okay.
So Eagles 2nd and goal inside the 3s. That ball's actually nearly down to the 2-yard line.
13 seconds left here in the third quarter. Man, this sucker's flown by.
Britton sends Duff in motion. Britton gives to Duff, and touchdown V-Town. I was looking at who the actual man was in motion, and you don't know how good it feels to say touchdown V-Town. I'm going to say it again. So Duff takes it in from 2 yards out. That was actually Dylan Fulmer in motion. My mistake on the call on the motion man, but heck, I'm going to do it again. Touchdown V-Town.
I like it.
Lewis comes on for the point after. I got to get those points on the board, Alan. I got to do it.
Hurry up. So they don't take them away from us.
All right, they're on there. You can't take them back now. Lewis set to kick. Snaps good. Ball's down. The kick is up, and it's good. Eagles have 7 on the board now. Trail by a score of 34-7 here. It is the end of the third quarter on the touchdown run, so it's going to be the beginning of the fourth. You might hear the fireworks in the background.
We hadn't heard that in a little bit.
Have we heard any fireworks at home this year? Who'd we play at home earlier? Yeah, the first game, first home game, we had some fireworks. So good to hear those again. Crowd getting back into the game a little bit. I'm seeing a little bit more positive body language down there on the sideline. Some of the players really getting back into it now. And Alan, it's amazing what just getting some points on the board does for a team.
It's like that big pimple on your forehead. You've been trying to get it to pop, and when it finally goes, it's just
not the analogy I thought you were going to go with, but I like it. I like it.
The pimple's yuck and nasty.
Oh, yeah.
Not scoring points is yuck and nasty.
Yeah, absolutely. So Drake's on his phone down there, so we're not going to be able to take it down to him just yet. He may have been looking at us, and I may have failed to see him. So we'll get it down to him on the next stoppage of play of any significant amount of time. So, Alan.
What's up? Did we get our trivia question straight?
Hey, here's what I need to know. Is the score on the scoreboard accurate?
No. It's 35-7.
Okay, so I'm wrong on my board, but I didn't think 39 was right. All right, they're getting it fixed on the scoreboard. So what I was going to ask is, do we onside here? Do we look for an onside? Looks like we're almost in an onside formation.
Yeah, this is a different look.
Indeed, we do go onside. And the ball is batted. Eagles are going to have it. Good job. The ball didn't go 10 yards, but that's because one of the Goblin players comes up and touches the ball, and 4 Eagles are there to jump on it. Great job by the Eagle kicking team.
Nothing to lose there.
Set it up to look like the onside was going to the far side of the field. At the last minute, Lewis changes directions, kicks it here, and Harrison unprepared to take the ball. So Eagles are going to have it 1st and 10 at their own 49 here.
Who was the recovery person on that?
Well, if I said a number, I'd be lying to you. Mike says he thinks Cody Simpson. We're going to give it to him.
Okay.
Simpson,
I like it.
Good job. We like it.
And if we missed you, we apologize.
So when you watch the broadcast at home, guys, the players, if it's you and we messed up, we're sorry. We'll try to get it corrected next week. Britton looks to pass, pump fakes, throws.
Oh!
And you want to know what, Alan?
That great play design. He was expecting Smith to be outside. Yes. Smith breaks in.
And if Smith breaks out, he's running for a while.
He's rolling.
He's running for a while. He had the defender split. He just breaks the wrong way on the route. Or I'm not going to say the wrong way. He and Britton not on the same page on which way he's going to break.
Right.
And, what could have been? What could have been?
Yeah.
Smith stays in the game. He's going to be in the slot down here at the bottom of your screen with Wirtz. Koontz to the top. Fulmer in the slot up top. Rocha the lone back. Britton sends Smith in motion. Britton feels the pressure, keeps, reverses Fields. He's going to have some running room. He's across the 50. Gets a block by Wirtz. Hurdles the tackler, would-be tackler, where he's going to be out of bounds at the 40. Where are they going to put it?
I can't see where he's at.
Well, he's talking to the coach instead of putting
48.
the ball down. Talking to Coach Stewart.
So in between the 49 and 48.
Give him the 48. We'll say 3 yards on the pickup. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 7. Drake set up for our next sideline report. I know what he's going to do. We're going to have a special guest on for the next sideline report at the next stoppage of play. 3rd and 7 for the Eagles in Goblin territory. Split back veer formation. Britton goes with the hard count. We're going to get free 5 there, Alan.
And we needed it because we're in that down and distance where it's obvious passing down. So these 5 yards are going to help.
Encroachment is the call. 5-yard penalty.
Now we can run or pass. This is definitely 4-down territory.
3rd and a long 2 here.
Being down 28 here in the 4th.
Duff and Rocha in the backfield. Throw's going to go to Wirtz, and Wirtz was basically tackled on the play and no call. I mean, Wirtz has no chance to go after the ball.
No, the only thing I can say is that just where the ball was at. Just
how do you know he's being tackled?
Yeah, well, I agree.
Did he not see him go up and make this other catch a minute ago?
Yeah.
I mean, it's same official, same side.
Yep.
So 4th and a long 2 for the Eagles. They're going to go. Britton ready to run the play.
And we
False start on the Eagles.
Dead ball. False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat.
So will the Eagles continue to go for it, or are they going to kick here? They're going to kick.
They're bringing the kicking team on.
So, at some point, I mean, with the personnel that the Eagles have in there to punt, they could go for a fake. And actually looks like they're going to set up for an offensive play here.
They are.
So very similar personnel as would be a punt team. And I was getting ready to say, they could go fake punt anytime. Britton drops. Throws the ball out to Coots. Coots has it, and he's going to go the 20, the 10, touchdown V-Town.
And we're at right over the middle of that field.
Right over the middle. Flag on the play.
Where?
We will await the call by the official. Touchdown stands. Roughing the passer on the Goblin. So, not only will the touchdown stand, we will also get extra yardage on the kick. And Allen?
Yes.
Another onside, especially with the extra yardage?
Yes, yes. You're
going to be kicking off from the 50, I guess, is where it's going to be.
No, that's 15 yards. So we're
the 45 of the
Harrison, yeah. So yes, and yes. So that's us getting it at the 35 if we recover it.
So Eagles trail by a score 35-13. Point after upcoming. Lewis ready. Milligan has the snap, puts the ball down. Lewis gets the kick up, and it is good by a large margin. Milligan was hit on the play. So that brings the score to 35-14. We are going to take it down to our man Drake Toll there on the Eagles sideline for a very special Eagles sideline report. Drake, what do you got for me?
Guys, that touchdown was big, but not bigger than the Jimmy Walker, defensive tackle for the Arkansas Razorbacks, down with me, rated one of the most loved Razorback players of all time. Mr. Jimmy, can you tell me, what was the most memorable game you ever played in as a Hog?
Definitely be the Orange Bowl in 1977, where University of Arkansas played Oklahoma, where we were 31-point underdog, and we beat them 31-6.
Favorite part about that ball game?
They were the number 1 team in the country, and we had the number 2 defense. And we had 3 players suspended, so we were, like I said, 33-point underdog. We just took it to them.
There it is, guys. You heard it here, Mr. Jimmy Walker. Honor to meet this man. Back to you guys in the booth.
Alan, if I
was 3 years old.
3 years old?
Yeah.
If I remember the story correctly, is that not the one where Lou Holtz goes into the locker room after the game and says, guys, they're going to ask you to talk about the upset. We're not going to call it an upset. Isn't that his famous post-game
I think
speech?
that is the one.
So, yeah, that's a great memory. Glad to have Jimmy Walker here. He's an acquaintance of some sort or another of head coach for the Vilonia Eagles. So he's a special guest there on the Eagles sideline tonight. Good to hear that story out of him as you see the Eagles set up here for the kick after that long pitch and catch from Britton to Kuntz and the Eagle touchdown.
Let's give them a little dose of, see if we can do a little PA to them here.
So, Eagles set for another onside. Lewis kicks it. It's off the Harrison return man, and I believe the second level comes up and grabs it for the Goblins. Indeed, they do. So, they're going to have it 1st and 10 at their own 30. And, Alan, I like the look of the onside kick.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, they're showing them something different each and every time. They're really not knowing where it's going. So we're giving ourselves the opportunity.
So thus far, I would say we would call it a positive for the difference in play calling tonight. Defense able to make a couple of stands.
Yes.
We've seen some different wrinkles, giving teams down the line things to think about. And this one's not over yet. I'm not putting a nail in us yet. As you see, Dittmanson give to Husky. Husky's got a lot of running room. Milligan's finally going to break him down.
And we got a late flag.
Across the 40 to the 43. There is a late flag. I would suspect hold in the area that's thrown in.
There's a flag on the play. Husky will pick up out to the 43-yard line. Five-yard face mask on the defense.
Okay, number one, I've never seen a face mask signal like that.
No.
But either way, 5-yard face mask on the defense, incidental. Harrison's ready to go again. Dittmanson has it. Fakes to Husky, keeps himself off right tackle. Breaking the tackles and getting out to the 48-yard line of the Eagles where, yes, indeed, Clay Kellett brings him down. Where's my man Lewis? He's out there. I dare Dittmanson to throw it his way. I dare him.
I do too. He's not going to do it, though.
I wish I had a way to get a note over to the coaches that said, hey, 16 says you can't throw it his way. See if they'd try it. Husky has it. He's chased down by Milligan, unable to make the tackle. And Husky's going to turn it into a gain after he reverses field. He's finally tackled by our man Nick Lewis on the other side.
Nick Lewis is all over the field.
You know, two names are called repeatedly when they're in the game. Clay Kellett and Nick Lewis. And, you know, a lot of other Eagle defenders out there playing really hard. You know, Bartlett was there to make the tackle on Husky when he reversed field. And he gets blindsided by a blocker for the Goblins. So he's unable to make it, but then luckily Lewis stayed home there on the opposite side and able to make the tackle. 3rd and 2 for the Goblins. It's going to give to the first back through.
It's Mason Martin.
And Martin's going to have a big gain out to the Eagle 31-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Goblins there. So Goblins set it up, 1st and 10 there at the Eagle 31-yard line. Dittmanson set. I formation, has the ball, gives to Husky. Husky breaks it off of right tackle, makes a man miss, and picked up a good block. He's going to have another Goblin touchdown. Looks like we've got an Eagle defender maybe down on the play. No, I think he's down in frustration. So he's good. He's back up.
That's 21 rushes for Mr. Husky tonight.
Well, you know, it's the old saying, if we can't stop it, why go away from it?
Yep.
So the Harrison kicker on for the point after. That's Holtby. Kick is up, and it's good. That's going to bring the score to 42-14. Goblins lead your Eagles with 6 minutes and 34 seconds left to play in the game. We're going to take it down to Drake for another Vilonia Eagle sideline report. Drake, what do you got for me this time?
Hey, guys, let's go ahead and bring in our Charlie Roller Foundation Rick Schaefer quote of the game. We're going to go with 3 onside kicks, 3 quick scores, get back in this ball game, take the ball down, Hail Mary or 2, we'll win this one. I'm not kidding, guys. If we can score here quickly, get the ball back, maybe get it again, score again, there's just things we can do to chip away, bring ourselves back in the ball game. It's been interesting here in the fourth quarter. We played well thus far. Back to you guys.
I don't know if Drake does math well.
He don't. We might need to send him back to some tutoring with Miss Cawthon.
Well, I appreciate his optimism. By my count, we're going to need 4 scores to get back into this ball game.
Yeah.
So.
And he sure Schaefered that one up.
He Schaefered it up for real. So you have Wirtz, Mitchell, and Milligan back deep to return for the Eagles. Kick's going to be short. Fulmer has the ball. He's up across the 30, and he's going to be hit at the 32, be tackled there. Eagles are going to set up this drive at their own 32-yard line, 1st and 10 there. What do you think we're going to draw up here? See any other wrinkles, Alan, or do you think we've pretty much pulled out all of Sully's bags of tricks that we've practiced this week?
That's what I was about to say. For the amount of time that we've had to practice to institute what he's wanting to do, we've probably seen it. But those bags of tricks should be sufficient enough for us to move the ball down the field.
Absolutely. For some reason, the clock continues to roll. Were we ever in the mercy rule?
Yes, we was.
Okay. So clock rolling in the mercy rule. Twin receivers both sides. Britton drops, throws it up for Wirtz. Wirtz trying to get a little bit of separation. The defender's hanging on to his arm, but Wirtz extended his arm and pushed the defender away just as much. So I'm okay with no flag there.
Yeah.
So hopefully that's not bleeding over onto the broadcast. So Eagles are going to have a 2nd and 10 back at the 32-yard line. Going to stay with the same personnel. Smith and Wirtz go to the top of the screen. Fulmer and Kuntz to the bottom. Rocha the lone back in the backfield. Britton brings Smith in motion. Give us to Rocha, strip the middle, and the turf monster gets him, Allen.
Yeah. He had it. The line done a good job getting him a gap there.
Just hung his toe in the turf there.
Yep.
I mean, he picks up 3, but it could have been a whole lot more.
It could have been.
Ball's going to be just inside the 35-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down and about 7 there for the Eagles. Britton brings Smith in motion again. Britton has the ball, fakes to Rocha. He's going to cut upfield and keep it himself. He's got some running room, and Allen, just like I said,
he's not wanting it to be done with.
He came ready to run. And, Allen, I'm going to give credit to the Harrison defense here. I've been watching them pretty close, and a couple of plays that I didn't watch as close, I thought they might be a little bit dirty on the end of their tackles, but they're not.
No.
They're finishing every play.
Yeah.
They get their money's worth on the tackles.
Yeah.
But it's all clean. It's all above board.
Yeah.
Credit to the Goblin defense there. Same set for the Eagles. Britton under center. Smith comes in motion this time. Pass is going to go out to Kuntz, and
he's going to lose a yard on that.
I thought it hit the ground, but everybody else says he caught it, so loses a yard on the throw and catch. Ball back to the 44-yard line. Eagles are going to have 2nd and 11 there.
Eagles looking at 2nd and 11.
Britton drops, looks. He's going to throw it out to Wirtz. And Wirtz unable to come down with it. And Allen,
that could have been a very easily offensive interference.
He's looking to the official for a flag. I'm glad no flag came down because, like you say, that would have been on him. He pushed off to get separation there to attempt to make that catch.
Yeah.
Lucky for the Eagles that we're not flagged for offensive pass interference. Clock rolls just under 3 minutes now to play in the game. 3rd and 11, back at the Eagle 44-yard line. Wow, that play was set up right.
And
thrown out of Rocha's reach. May have another
roughing the passer.
Personal foul, roughing the passer
Yep.
against the defense.
So, as I said earlier, Harrison finishing out every single play. When you play that way, every once in a while you're going to get dinged, and that's the second roughing the passer penalty on the Goblin defense. And again, I don't think it's anything that's meant to be intentional or try to hurt him. No. I mean, they just finish plays.
They playing ball.
They are definitely playing big boy football out there. Clock stopped now.
Maybe because of penalty.
It could be. I'm not sure. 2:33 hangs on the clock. Eagles have it 1st and 10 at the Goblin 41-yard line.
There we go.
Rocha alone back. Brings Smith in motion. Britton fakes to Rocha. Actually, he's going to give it to him, and he's stuffed.
Yeah,
no gain on the play.
They were ready for that one.
Duff's going to check in for Smith this time on the play. Clock continues to roll down around 2 minutes to play here in the game. Eagles would love to get another touchdown on the board before the clock rolls out here. Make this game look just a little bit more respectable. I mean, a good showing by the Eagle offense under the change of play calling by Coach Kevin Sullivan here in this game. Back to the split veer set. Fulmer's going to be the man in motion. Britton has it. Pitches to Duff. Duff has blockers in front of him, but unable to make the cut, and he's going to be tackled for a loss of loss of one. It's going to bring up 3rd and 11. And he had a cutback lane now, just a little slow making the cut.
He didn't get his foot in the ground quick enough, did he?
Rocha had his block set up for plenty long enough, and then, I guess he's to the point that he's thinking that Duff should be past him, doesn't want to get dinged for holding there, and that's ultimately the guy that made the tackle. He was blocked for a good 3 seconds. I watched the whole play develop, so like you said, just goes back to execution sometimes. Britton fakes, rolling to his left. He's going to throw it out to Wirtz, and that is out of the reach of Wirtz. That was going to be a first down if he's able to make the catch. Yeah. But not he's tall. He just is not quite that tall.
Yeah.
So clock under a minute now, 4th and 11 for the Eagles.
And that's a tough throw that if we're not working on week in and week out, just coming in and having 1 week of practice of that, may not be enough time.
Alan, I see enough bright spots here that makes me really look forward to next week's game as we travel to Farmington. And, as long as the Eagles keep the right focus this week in practice and come out with the right attitude, that's an absolutely winnable game for this Eagle team. And who needs a win so badly on this season? Going to throw deep to Morris, and there's the flag.
All the way across the field, and this guy up top don't even call it.
He's staring it down.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so it's obviously going to be a pass interference, maybe a hold. I'm not sure which they're going to call.
But we're down to 12 ticks, so we're going to have to hurry up when they start the clock.
Holding on the defense. And that's going to be 10-yard penalty and a first down for the Eagles. They're going to have it 1st and 10 at the Goblin 31-yard line. So like Alan said, 12.3 on the clock. We're going to need to get something going here quickly if we want to put some points on the board. Britton drops. He's looking. Throws down the field to the middle, and if there weren't 2 defenders there, that ball was picked. So the Harrison defender knocks it away from the other Harrison defender. That's number 20 and number 7 on the coverage. Right knocking it away from Riley Jones.
And with that,
clock hits double zeros. The buzzer sounds, and that's going to be it here from Philip Weaver Stadium. Eagles are going to drop this one by a score of 42-14. But they remain winless on the season.
But some bright spots here.
100% bright spots. Definitely some things to build on.
Right.
And, the offense is going to continue to get better each and every week as they practice some of these new plays that we haven't been running as much throughout the season thus far. And definitely some things to look forward to and, building blocks.
Yep.
So Eagles Eagles go down again, as we said here, 42-14 on homecoming night to the Harrison Goblins. Harrison remains undefeated in conference play, if I'm thinking correctly.
Yes, that brings them to 3-0, 5-1 on the season.
So they'd be tied at the top with Alma. Eagles would be the lone.
Now, at last check, Alma's getting beat at halftime.
So Eagles and the Clarksville Panthers tied with winless at the bottom of the standings, and you said Alma was getting beat at halftime.
Yeah, by Morrilton.
We'll take a look at that score and get it to you possibly in the post-game show. We're going to take a quick break here, get set up for the post-game show. I'm going to take one more opportunity to talk to you about the Vilonia Eagle Football Foundation's T-shirt sponsorships that we do. Every home game, the Vilonia Eagle Football Foundation gives away 150 free T-shirts to fans during the tailgate parties. And those shirts are sponsored. We do 6 sponsorships on each shirt, each and every home game. A sponsorship is $500. If you're interested in sponsoring a T-shirt for either of the remaining home games, please contact myself, Alan, or Drake via the various social medias if you're friends with us. You can look up the Football Foundation on Facebook. Also, the Football Foundation has a website. So if you're interested in sponsorship, $500. Only do 6 sponsors per home game. And tonight's sponsors are the UPS Store, Ott Insurance, Conway Collision Center, Central Arkansas Pest Services, Cypress Valley Meat Company, and Linda Marie's out on the bypass in the new shopping center there south of the intermediate school. I want to remind you about the baseball team's chili supper coming up on October the 20th. If you know a baseball player, hit them up. They've got tickets for sale for $7 a piece. Chili supper starts at 5 p.m. Football team Eagles will be facing the Morrilton Devil Dogs that night. Go over, have an all-you-can-eat chili supper, and be prepared to get your belly full and bid on some silent auction items before the football game. So sorry, I got some static in my ear there. I hope it's not going out to you guys. And that's pretty much all I've got for you. We're going to take a break here, set up for the halftime show. We're going to try to figure out why I was getting that static and make sure it doesn't come to you during the halftime show. This has been Eagle Vision, brought to you by the Vilonia Eagle Football Foundation, D&N Construction, and the Charlie Roller Foundation. Back in just a moment with Alan and Drake on the Eagle postgame show.
broadcast of Vilonia Eagle football. Eagles fall tonight, final score of 42-14 for the Harrison Goblins on senior night. Corey, I don't think we're getting any audio here.
Yeah, we are.
There you are. I'm not.
Are you not? Have we got you? We got you turned down. That's why.
All right.
Nobody,
there we
nobody
go.
wants to hear that anyway.
We are we're back live here. Vilonia Eagle Football Foundation's broadcast of the Eagle football. The Eagles fall tonight 42-14. Long ball game for the Eagles. Some late scores there, late heroics, 35-14. Brought it in a little bit closer there. But overall, a pretty depressing night, falling to 0-6 for Vilonia.
Hey, on a positive side, Harrison scored 14 in the second half. We scored 14 in the second half. So it's tied in the second half.
Story of the season, second half team are your Eagles. They've done it every single ball game.
And there is some bright spots. I mean, we've put in this new look for 1 week. We've not been practicing it long. So there are some bright spots there. Coaches are putting us in the right situations. It comes down to coaches coach, players play. So players, we've got to get there. And they're going to get there.
All right.
And you know what? I say it, they're our Eagles. We still love them.
That's right. Gotta
we
love
them.
But you look at, I say they're a second half team. Games like Alma, Maumelle last week. I mean, you just never know with the Eagles. They're very unpredictable. But following in this one, Harrison's air attack, even their run game, were both there. And they killed us on the big play. Very similar to what Alma was able to do in the second half against the Eagles. They killed us on the big play.
Well, and it was a lot of that 3-by-1 tight formation from that shotgun.
I knew we'd see it.
That Corey and I kept on saying. They're going to run that till we stop it, and we didn't stop it very well tonight.
No, we didn't.
So, and that's going to end up with Mr. Dittmanson with 175 yards through the air, and their main man Husky with 168 rushing yards,
4 touchdowns,
and 4 touchdowns.
Wow!
So
big night for him. Look at him to be possibly the 5A West Player of the Week with stats like that.
Maybe so.
Very good night off for 23 carries. But overall, you look at it, homecoming, the coaches talk about it, the festivities that go on. It's a big distraction for the football players. Never helps.
No.
I think we've lost 8 or 9 homecoming games in a row now. Just a solemn trend for the Eagles.
Well, and it's something that's going to get broke.
Right.
I mean, yeah, we've had a bad run of luck. And Harrison, one of the top 5A teams in the state, you know. So I mean, they're not a shabby team. They're a good team. We knew we had our work cut out for us when we come in here.
Right.
So yes, we're disappointed in the big loss. Bonus side, hey, we put up 14 points tonight. We done well in the second half. We've installed some new plays that's going to help our running game, and
we saw a helicopter. I put that on the bonus side. We saw a helicopter tonight.
We saw the helicopter deliver the football. Coach Newman and who else got out of there?
Mr. Newman and Mr. Stevens, Dr.
Stevens. So, enjoyed all that. Enjoyed seeing all the alumni come back to the stadium.
Yeah.
And it was a good night other than the loss.
That's right. Great to see Coach Wallace and Coach Moore up here. Both those guys spoke very highly of the baseball teams. Both guys are very, very adamant about baseball and are looking forward to the upcoming baseball season. Big sports guys come to all the football games. And then talking to Mr. Jimmy Walker, living legend, Arkansas Razorback defensive tackle.
And I bet he's got some stories to tell.
Oh, I'm sure he does. 2-time All-American, played in that Orange Bowl, played against Texas at home when Texas was ranked number 1, and the Razorbacks obliterated them. A lot of big ball games that young man, that guy played in, we'll say that. We'll take you around the 5A scoreboard, and something that pops out in the fourth quarter, Morrilton leads Alma 38-27, coming off a loss to Greenbrier.
Oh, my.
The Wild Wild West, can we call it that?
It is. It is the Wild Wild West. They don't know how. Just like when we was talking a couple weeks ago, our route to the playoffs.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy in the West. You never know what's going to happen week to week.
That's right. And speaking of crazy, Greenbrier 14, Farmington 13. Farmington seen as one of the lower tier teams in the West. I think we're ranked just a little bit higher than Farmington coming into this one as far as athletes, coaching.
Right.
Just a little bit higher. But Greenbrier, who beat Morrilton last week, only up by 1 against Farmington in the fourth quarter, 14-13.
Yeah, not being able to see that game. They just may be off the rhythm, you know, with that passing attack tonight.
Yeah.
You know, that's a big timing issue, and they just may be off their token or off pace tonight. So
they could very well. As you see, Vilonia game has gone final. Once again, your score 42-14. And that last one there, Maumelle 35, Clarksville 21. Clarksville putting up 21 points in a fairly hard-fought ball game at Maumelle this week.
Right, and Maumelle with all their athletes and you know, even Clarksville is going into town and putting up some points on them.
Right.
So no just gimmies in the 5A West.
No, there's definitely no gimmies. Anybody can beat anybody. It's really
Yep.
true in the 5A
and then
West.
that's why we played the game under the lights on Friday night.
That's right. Now, we'd like to remind everybody at home, once again, we weren't able to do senior spotlights tonight,
Yeah,
so we'll
we
start doubling them
apologize.
up. Next week, we'll do 3, as we did, I think, last week. So we'll just, we'll go with it.
Yeah.
We'll adjust. A couple technical difficulties, trying to figure everything out and get it all put together. But so far, it's been a good season for our broadcast crew.
Yeah.
It's a great thing to be able to do this YouTube broadcast. I heard 3 or 4 people down there doing when I'm doing sideline reporting say, wait, we're live right now? I mean, they had no idea. But for people that are learning, we've got over 350 subscribers now, something crazy like that. So it's awesome to have such a great following. But, you just hope to see the Eagles come out next week, firing on all cylinders, playing at Farmington. So a bit of a road trip. They'll have those, what do they call them, charter buses to go up to that ball game, some comfort. But you really do. You want to see the Eagles play well and maybe even pick up a win against Farmington next week. We'll one last time check our scores in the 5A West, make sure we're updated. Okay, yes, that's 14-13, Greenbrier and Farmington. Now the Maumelle-Clarksville game is still in the third quarter, was tied 21-21, middle of the third.
Right.
So as we said, a lot of competition in the West. Never know what's going to happen. We'll go into Farmington and hopefully pick out a win.
It sounds good. We'll see you guys next week.
Drake Toll, Alan Wade, Corey Erie's with us, signing off.